Oh my god, Ashley, yes. Dye your hair green. Yes, do that. Also, hi. Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Wednesday. We're here for everyone's favorite, everyone asterisk, favorite night of the week. It's Persona night. It's gonna be time. It's gonna be time. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. It won't be last night. That's for sure. So, that's good. Anyways, hello. Let me catch up on the chat. Yes, it is definitely OGL time. Oh, fuck. I don't even know if we're gonna end up talking about anything else. I think we've got a few short stories, and then it's gonna be like, alright, cool, we gotta. Because we were gonna do it last week, and then we just ran out of time. We're like, we'll talk about it. Every time we put it off, more things happen and change, and I was like, I need cliff notes now to remember all the things I want to say at this point. So it will happen. It will happen. We're gonna talk about it, whether you want to or not. Sorry, you're welcome. I don't know which one. Carl, yeah, I was absolutely thinking about you when I wrote this stream title. 100%. Nope, it's not gonna happen. I sniffed the ginger in here, and it made my nose go, we're gonna sneeze. But then it didn't happen, so it's just gonna hang out in the back of my nose for an hour, I guess. Hi, Leo! I got a crochet commission today for the Hornet Hollow Knight dudes. Yay! I love Larry, and I'm so glad he's playing Hollow Knight. When he kept referring to Hornet as Silk Song, last night after we rated him, he's like, oh, look, it's Silk Song! I was like, oh, I don't know if you're doing that on purpose or not, but it hurt my heart. It hurt so much. It's okay. I will forgive him. I thought about doing like a I wanted to do like a dark green, like a dark green, but just like the little hint of like blue, not like teal, but just like, so like, cause there's like the more yellow green. I wanted on the cooler side of green. But I was like, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Uh-oh, Ashley just realized something. I dye my hair green when I visit you. Oh yeah, no, it would just be gone. That was the problem I ran into when I was dyeing my hair. My crazy colors is like some of the blues and teals would get green screened out. So I was like, I gotta be careful of this. Like one of my favorite wigs I have now that I like fully green screen. I'm like, can't wear that because there's just chunks missing. So, God, Ashley and I playing Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes. Joe says I will not be providing notes at this time. I'm bad at taking notes. What notes? Wait, what? What is happening? Please only sniff a ginger with consent. Oh my god, Joe, stop. As you then sneeze in your drink. That was the other fear. That was the fear, which is like, I'm gonna look away from it. Oh fuck, I should have refilled my water. Everybody hydrate! Suntroka has arrived and demanded it. It's green screened out, but I promise you it's here. There is still some water in it. Okay. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all having a good week. Well, I'll say it again at the end of the stream for anybody who's not here right now. I feel bad. Oh, I was taking note. Talking about his notes from yesterday. Yep, that was good. That was good. Okay, I missed him referring to that. I was just like, why were you talking about taking notes, God? Ashley, I still love you. If you dye your hair teal, you could get a spray tan too for the full period platypus effect. I was going through pictures the other day to give to somebody as a reference for something that is on my list to talk about. I'm very excited. And I found my pictures of like all my fun hair colors. I fucking rocked the bright teal. I want to do it again so badly. So badly. Ugh. I couldn't have that and the teal dress, though. That'd be too much happening. 100%. Yeah, so, Friday. I will not be streaming Zooter. Oh, Sassy, I like that. I think you would rock that. I want, like, that, but just, like, a tinge more blue. Yeah, so Friday I will not be streaming Zooter. If I'm able to stream, it'll be a just chatting, like hangout, co-working kind of thing while I work on dice stuff. I'm so much more behind on so many things than, not even that I want to be, it's like, I'm gonna actually start running into a problem if I don't, like, catch back up. So there will be no Zooter stream. If I stream anything, it'll be that. I might also just not do that, because I think what I need to do is Dremel work, and I think that will just be fucking impossible to stream well, not just from a camera standpoint, but, like, that'll just be loud for the mic. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it more later if we need to. Oh my god, Sassy, yes, do that. So, we'll see. Anyways, do I have things? I need you all to know, I think I've told you all this before, that, like, James and I on Wednesday mornings will send each other pictures of the sticky notes that we've started to be like, here are things that we can talk about during Persona stream. Because we'll just, like, keep track of the stuff that happens over the week or whatever. Anybody who's in the stream last night understands why these things are on the list. I sent him a picture, and he was like, I see 2 of these that I hate immediately. And it was James is the adultiest adult, and what color are the days of the week. He's already pre-mad about that one. So, I'm very, very excited for that. And then we're going to talk OGL. Let's see. Preview for you all. These are the possible topics for the evening. And some of these I might talk about before James is here, just to get them off my list, because some of these have been in here for a long time. So James being the adultiest adult, what color are the days of the week? How Jeff describes people. We were trying to identify someone the other day that he had met once, and that was a journey. Awkward drink orders. I'm not even going to read that one, because you're all going to want me to elaborate immediately. We're not going to. The Monty Hall problem. Yeah, I'm excited for, and the OGL. Just big old letters OGL. Beat God of War, yay! On a Link's Awakening. Hell yeah. Hey, Sassy, tell Adam that he sucks. So, alright. Shall we get into Persona? Oh yeah, and then the game store list. We're gonna talk about that one, because I don't think I talked to James about it separately. So let's see. Okay. My stream deck was acting weird earlier. I was trying to change things, and it was mad. Ooh. Ah. Are you gonna do what I want you to do? It looks like it might have. Do I hear the button? Hey! It worked. So sometimes it does what it's supposed to, switching over all the audio things. Answer to colors for days, they're all gray. How do I do what? Oh, yeah, you were upset about last night when I was hands-free doing something. He's like, look, here we go. Boom. Boom. It's wild. But the other thing, here's the thing. Is Big Gen? Yeah, Pathos has it. But the other one? Not. Because that thing only has limited functions. So all the other switching is different magic. Very proud of myself for it. Anyways, hey, let's get into the thing. It's May 7th. Ooh, touch my microphone. It's May 7th. We did Mementos. We got a name for possibly a lead for the next person we're gonna go after. We were talking about it very openly. We think the student council president is on to us, which, again, not hard because we do talk about this openly and loudly. And while we were talking openly and loudly about our next possible target outside of the train station, that was very public, someone was watching us. So, in what world does your dog not switch your camera? Oh, very easy, actually. Number one, they prefer to hang out with Jeff. They're usually not up here. Don't worry, I still have your puppy cam request from last night ready for if they do come up. And number two, that was a fear I had that, like, when they are up here, they were gonna hit it. It actually takes a decent amount of pressure to activate it, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem. At some point, months from now, I will be proven incorrect. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, where's my notebook? So many notebooks. I don't know if the Persona notebook was on my list of notebooks that I gave last night. Or it was like campaign 1, campaign 2, Persona, Zooter notes. Nonary. Just fucking wild. Proactively calling your dogs chunky. Oh, they are. Griff more than Tucker. Tucker's lost a good amount of weight, so he's much better, but Griff is a little chonky. You don't need to put a sentence back in your fingers. That, I don't know why that made me laugh so much to read that, but it was very good. Yes, we did get an answer to that, Banana. We actually had someone in the chat later who knew the answer to that. And apparently they're, like, pretty decent. Like, they are responsible for, like, planning and executing a lot of, like, anything that happens around the school that's not the actual, like, learning part. It's, like, any of the festivals, like, field, like, all that stuff is all apparently on the student council president. So they actually do a lot. Let's see. I have to act like an honest student. All right, it is nighttime. What do I think I still need to that button? I think I still need to not that one. Do I still need to get my whatchamacallit? Yes, my knowledge up. Knowledge and guts, but I can't do. Oh, guts is the burger. Let's. I don't know if it's gonna. What have we done today? Are you gonna let me leave if I want to? Hey, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna go try to eat a burger.
Hey!
No! Fine, I want to study.
Now listen up.
I know!
What do you want to do?
Well, I'm gonna study because you won't let me go eat a giant burger to make me more gutsy.
Make sure you close up.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Anyways,
Hey!
so there is, there's a project I've been working on for work, that has involved, like, trying to, like, look up, game stores in different states to, and figuring out, like, do they carry our paints? Do they carry any paints? So, like, it makes sense to reach out to them to see, like, if we can get them on our vendor list, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I'm doing a lot of, like, Googling and finding stores, and, like, I'm working off of, like, an initial list that is so old. One of the stores I found didn't have their own website, which is actually proving to be relatively common, which is driving me fucking crazy. Things either have their own website, most of them have a Facebook page. This one did not have either. I found their MySpace page, though, that has been updated, like there were posts from, like, within the last, like, 2 years. So that was impressive. Double music notes. Yeah, it was a MySpace page. So that was very good.
Well then.
So that was interesting. The other one was, like, some of these have, like, crazy names. And there was one that was, like, literally, it was called, like, Dave's Favorite Toys. Do you want to know what Dave's favorite toys are? I'm going to give you an exhaustive list of what was on the website. He had his own website, okay? This is everything on Dave's list. Thank you, Ashley. Above ground pools, ATVs, rifles, Settlers of Catan. I'm not kidding. There were 4 tabs on this website. ATVs, guns, specifically rifles, rifles, not like airsoft, rifles, pools, and then there was other, and it had Connect 4 and Settlers of Catan. And that was the website. I was like, I have so many questions. Like, good for Dave being like, look, these are things that interest me. Here you go. And exclusively Carrie and Catan. I took them off of our list for paints. But, Spirit of America right there, right? There was a lot. Oh, no, don't be texting me, Machina. Oh, it's not me, though. It's not. I need this man to calm down. This dude is why the detective or whatever she is after me, isn't it? I was so scared of where that story was going. Oh, don't worry. I told the story much the same way to my bosses when I was like, hey, you guys want to know what I found last night? And they were also appropriately scared. So, I've done it well. No, I need you to stop. What, is he, like, reacting to his own messages? What are you talking about? I have to, like, roll deception. Play dumb. It's okay, you don't have to say it. I knew deep down in my heart that it was useful. Oh my god. This man's gonna get me put in jail. If I'm lucky, only jail. I'm in Shibuya right now. Is that where I am? I genuinely don't know. I'd love it if you could come hear me out about your future actions. Wait, this sentence doesn't make any sense. If you could come hear me out about your future, like, are you trying to, like, are you trying to consult with us? What is happening? God. Yeah, a bunch of them are just Facebook pages, which means I've had to open Facebook, and I've had, for the last, like, several years, had a very strict don't fucking open Facebook, policy. There was a brief period where I would open it just long enough to go to, like, one of, like, the dice making groups when I was, like, learning things and, like, trying to be more involved in that community and, like, be helpful, but then also, like, get help when I was trying to figure stuff out. And then I just got so tired of some of the cycles that would kind of happen in that group where I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So, like, literally I hadn't opened Facebook for over a year. And now I have to do it a lot. And I'm like, fuck. Be waiting at the diner?
What is he up to?
Making trouble. Is he a mole? Like, I'm gonna go meet him and the police are gonna be watching me? What is this? I'd say probably a third of the ones I've looked at have had an actual website. The other 2/3 have all been Facebook pages. Oh, good. I'm just...
You know, with the special activities.
Okay. Okay, alright. There's a lot we gotta talk about here. Number 1, I didn't get a choice to come here. It just put me here. Number 2, something about this man in a green t-shirt is not... That's not... There's something... green does not, I don't think, is working with him. And then this phrasing. He's also clearly exhausted. I have questions about that. But, like, calling it special activities does not feel good. Don't do that.
Oops. Sorry about that. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately.
And why is that?
I've been staying up managing the fan site all night. Every night. I think it's called PR.
You don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be doing that. Please actually actively stop doing that. I don't understand.
You want to know more?
No, I'm declaring I don't understand so we can move on. No, don't nod your head.
There's no point to taking down bad guys if nobody's gonna know about it.
All right. That is also a sentence that that needs some, that's problematic. You could just do it because it's the good thing to do. Ashley, I want to ask, but I also know that I do not want the answer. I just already know that I don't want that. Okay.
That's why I've started a blog for posts from people you guys saved, while filtering out the haters. We need the Phantom Thieves to be seen in the proper light if we want to make the name popular, right?
I hate that one. Is this really necessary?
Of course it is. The principles the Phantom Thieves represent really resonate with me.
What principles are those? What have you decided are our principles?
I mean, you guys are bringing rotten adults like Kamoshida to justice. How could I not be on board with that? So, actually, I really want to know how you punish people. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask. It wouldn't be any fun if you just up and told me.
Are you gonna, like, secretly follow us in there at some point, then?
After all, the Phantom Thieves have a reputation for being secretive.
We don't, though, because we loudly talk about it in public places, such as this! So... God, everyone is so bad at this!
I wish I could be more like you guys somehow.
Well, if you think we're secretive, try not talking about it. That's a great first step to being more like us.
But I'll still be here to draw attention to the stuff you do. You can leave that part to me.
That's not secretive. That's not what secretive means, buddy. I need...
Sassy, when he said it, I was like, I'm really afraid to find out where he's gonna put the emphasis in this sentence, and I'm glad it wasn't in a bad place, because it could have taken a completely different turn.
I'm gonna use my fan site to promote the Phantom Thieves and weed out any negative comments. Your popularity is gonna be at my mercy. Or, my fingertips.
That was worse. It was already bad, and then you made it worse. It's probably smart, Joe.
It's like I'll be your strategic image management representative, so to speak.
Oh, boy. No, you're really hyped for this.
Just you
Oh,
wait.
I got music notes from it. I don't like that either. I don't like this.
I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that title's more than just for show. I've gotta say though,
Chat, please.
managing the Phantom Thieves' reputation is tiring work.
Yeah, because we don't have a reputation, you're generating one. And also you are gonna have to deal with managing Ryuji's reputation, so like good luck with that. Like on the bright side, at least we know this dude is great at disseminating information online since he is responsible for like my rumors and shit getting out. So like he's good at it, but fuck.
The forum gets all sorts of weird posts, including tons of things unrelated to reforming society.
Like
It'd
what?
defeat the purpose of the site if the truth of the Phantom Thieves was buried among all that garbage. Oh, but you don't need to worry. I'll sort through all the trash. Speaking of which, I've actually already found some worthwhile info about our very own school.
No!
Our quest to boost your popularity can start close to home.
No, fuck. This is gonna be a problem.
I'll give it my all.
Okay, great. He seems motivated. Oh, shit, I didn't even do anything? I guess I did get music notes.
All right.
Mishima will now give you information on targets and mementos. No. After making a target have a change of heart, meet with Mishima to deepen the trust between you. He will give you more information on new targets. Okay. Is this like a have-to thing? Because mementos is clearly also where I'm going to be getting my, like, actual targets from.
I might be overworking myself, though.
Please don't hire help and tell them all the stuff.
Man, I'm exhausted. I think I'd fall asleep on the spot if I weren't talking to you.
Man, that sucks. Well, see you later. Just get up and leave.
I should head home. See you later.
Are you gonna make it home? Everybody calls before you get home. Listen to this! I was checking the fan site earlier and found a bunch of hater comments about the Phantom Thieves. Oh, I don't need to know. If you're supposed to be managing it for me, I don't need to know this. It got me so mad, I'm not even sleepy anymore. At this point, I might as well pull an all-nighter fighting back. No? No. Go sleepies! Nice hustle, image manager. Calm down. Oh, calm down or this. It's like, hey, maybe, like, don't do that. Just saying calm down to somebody is never good. What? You're worried about my health? Oh, thanks. Now I'm even more motivated. No! Sleepies! I'm gonna work my butt off. Just watch me. No! Keep your butt! Better set out for the battle of the fan site. Time for a wild night of modding and banning. Oh, my God. I don't know.
Hey!
Midterms are coming up, aren't they? Better make sure you study. Fuck, is that coming? I do think I remember that being a conversation in the previous one, actually, that our exams are soon. Why do I have so many emails? Oh. None of these matter. Oh, this one might actually be funny. Hold on. Guys, how funny would it be if I went to go be an extra in the show I quit? I quit working on. That'd be very funny. If I rocked up to set, oh my God, they would probably actually make me leave. I'm gonna be absolutely real. Especially if it's the same producer. You would have, actually, if it's the same producer, I would bet money he does not remember me because he sucked ass. Anyways. Alright, let's study. What about that diner in Shibuya that Mishima told you about? Could be a good place to study, right? Oh, is that better to study there than here? This is a legitimate question for people who know this game. Is it better to study at the diner than it is to study here? Does that make a difference?
Well then.
Oh shit, the home shopping thing. Let's take a look. Oh, he's got little thingies too. Let's do some shopping. The relaxation set. Everything you need for when you're not feeling your best. Oh, I need that. I got a massage today. Because, like, the majority of work I do is a lot of repetitive arm motions. So, like, my shoulders. There's just ping pong balls that live here and under my shoulder blades. And I was getting to the point where it's like I couldn't actually like have full range of motion anymore. It's like, okay, just a massage to like get rid of that stuff. There was so much crunching happening in those regions that I feel like I should be on the front of a Rice Krispies box at this point. It was real bad. It was real bad. But it was good. It was bad though. But yeah, I let myself have 3 hours off today. So I went and did that, and then I got a bubble tea. It was very good. And then I felt guilty immediately afterwards that was 3 hours I could have been working. but it needed to happen. I get a spinal headache anytime I get a massage. Oh, that sucks. Recover oil, relax gel. I don't like the phrase relax gel. No. And alert capsules. What do those do? I want to know what they do. That's not all. There's more. We have a bio-nutrient set. Great for anyone who has a green thumb or love of plants. Okay. Okay. I feel like...
Hey!
I think I'm gonna get the plant one. I feel like that makes more sense for where I'm currently at. Okay, does nobody... Okay. Hopefully James will be here soon. I can ask him about the studying in the diner thing. All right.
Well then.
Okay, so I can go study, I can advance his thing, or I can study here. Maybe I'll try to Google it. Let's see. Persona 5, study in cafe or diner. The best place to study is the diner in Shibuya. Okay, so it does actually make a difference? Diner gets consistent results and an increase on rainy days. Okay, oh, but this is comparing the library. I want to know here. Okay. LeBlanc free, gives you +2 knowledge or +3 if it's raining. At the diner, costs money. I'm not worried about that. Gives you +2 knowledge. Okay, as well as +1 in another stat, depending on what you order. Okay, so I want to go to the diner then. Because I can start working on other stats. Hopefully guts is a thing. I feel like I should get knowledge up. Although I think I get up to... I don't think being higher for exams makes a difference. Should I... You're here. I'm gonna go study.
Now listen up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the very dangerous diner. Okay. Let's see. Station. Shibuya. Where... Oh, wait. Where's the diner? I don't have a quick travel to the diner. I would assume it's on Central Street. Oh, no. Thank you. Thank you, Flying Brian. I will take that. Okay. You have a fork? You have a fork. Are you the diner? You're the diner!
Oh.
Yes! Thank you! Alright. Yeah, if I... General blanket statement. If I'm trying to find a place that I'm like... That's not like a... Not an abstract thing. It's like, okay, I gotta figure out where this type of thing might be, you know, so it's like, I'm trying to get to the diner. I know I've been to the diner. I just need to get to the fucking diner. Y'all can tell me how to get to it. If it's like, oh, go find this person, I have to figure out where that person is. Don't tell me where that person is. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If you eat, you'll be able to improve your guts as well. Okay, great. Items will be added to the menu depending on the season. During bad weather, you'll be able to increase your knowledge more than usual. Okay, great. All right. Yes, I'm going to study here. Go in. Brian, how you doing?
Yep.
God, this is the one thing I missed from the before times, before the Backstreet Boys went on tour, went on their reunion tour, is, like, taking my laptop and going to a coffee shop, diner, something like that, and, like, working on stuff, just, like, casually, just because, like, people, like, if there's enough people, it's white noise. If it's a few people, you can hear conversations. If it's enough people, it's just, like, there's just a floor to the noise level, which I think matches my internal noise level floor. And so it was like, it was just so easy to get stuff done, and I miss that so much. Ugh. Also having the time to do that. I know I need to, like, for my own sanity, I need to be like, I'm going to take these days off. I need to take, like, 2 or 3 days off and refuse. Like, don't make myself not do any work, but that school will be very hard for me to do to myself. Anyways, that's good. Brian, I'm good. I'm good. After, you know, I know that doesn't sound very convincing after the little monologue I just went on, but no, like, all things considered, doing all right. It's a bit crowded, but we managed to find an entire fucking table for ourselves. Hell yeah. And it's conveniently the same one we're always at. I've added a new menu now that renovations are finished. Would you like to try it? Absolutely! I highly recommend the surprise sandwich and the nostalgic steak. What? These are some interesting choices. The surprise sando. A special dish made with crayfish paste? For those with the guts to indulge. Well, like, I gotta for guts. Because I think it's the other one that's still only at a 1. Salisbury steak, just like Grandma made it. You feel kindness. Okay. I like the idea of eating a steak increases my kindness. There's, I feel like, a lot of things to unpack there. But yeah, we're gonna do the guts. Oh, that's a lot of sandwich. Okay, just shove a corner of sandwich in the bag for the cat. Gosh darn it.
For real?
These kids are have just been here the whole time, and I don't like that. You scarfed that down without any hesitation. I'm overwhelmed by your guts. Cow deserve it. Very nice of you to end its misery here. Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Fuck. Looks like you're able to get some studying done, but there's just too much noise. No. Just one? Oh, is it because it's a Sunday?
Wanna head back?
I feel lied to.
What?
What's up with the goggles? You going snowboarding or something? I hear the cedars blooming later than usual. Climate change and what have you. Oh, fucking. Pollen allergies suck. Oh my god. You're on, like, full allergy protection. That's actually fucking incredible. Could go to the mountains if I wanted to. My eyes and nose would gush like rivers. That sounds awful.
Seems pretty rough.
That's right. The news said pollen season was starting later than usual this year. Okay, why is this relevant? Looks like the pollen problems have only just begun. People are about to have some itchy eyes. This might affect mementos the same way weather does. What? That's...
Morning.
We're just dropping that right there? That... Did it tell me that the weather impacts mementos? We went there once yesterday. Has that come up? Has that come up before? And what do you mean it's gonna affect... Pollen? Question mark? Weather? Question mark? Fucking Jesus. Oh, let me guess. Allergies? Yeah, you do that.
Allergies? Oh, maybe. I do feel kinda dazed and everything feels weird.
Maybe it's all that dank kush I had before coming here.
But, actually, I've been having this feeling that someone's watching me.
Come on!
I hope not. Oh, maybe I just can't shake off the feeling of infiltrating a palace.
Yeah, let's go with that. Hey, main character dude, just do like a quick scan. Perception check, go.
At the palace, we're always cautious of not being noticed, you know?
Can we not have these conversations so loudly out in public? Can we please stop?
So it has to be my imagination. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Hey, but if you felt like you were being watched, why are you acting sick? There's a lot, I didn't even look. I didn't even look. The fuck? Oh god, what do you want? Not Ryuji. Wait, not Kanji. Fuck, you are Ryuji. Shit! Don't you think the atmosphere at school is kind of different now? I mean, with there being no Kamoshida? Well, also, that the truth of him is out. Yeah, there is no brain cell. It has fucked entirely off. Yeah, nobody ever talked about him out in the open like this before. That's true. I just wish someone would thank us for it or something. Okay, well, there is a whole goddamn website. And people aren't supposed to know it's us. So... either way, everything has worked out for the best. After all, Kamoshida's actually been punished for his crimes. Oh, already done. Perfect. That's victory enough for me. I agree. Wonder what's gonna happen to him now. I mean, he's a famous criminal at this point, right? He's gonna have to deal with people hating him forever. Hopefully, but here's the thing. If real life has told us anything, it's kind of a crapshoot. Because he is a famous athlete, after all. So, just gonna let that go, actually. Let's go. This is gonna get too real. That might be true, but I don't have any sympathy for him. Good! He got what he deserved. Yeah. Are we gonna meet on the forbidden roof? Nope. Okay. My phone went pee-pee. No! I have some new info for you. It's not on the fan site, but I've heard about it at school, too. Anyway, there's a guy at school whose bullying has gone too far. Oh, let's go fucking kill him. What? I want to help the victim, but that's impossible for me. But I bet the Phantom Thieves could do something about it. I mean, you already changed the heart of that stalker, so this should be a breeze, right? I hate all these options! I can't openly agree. This makes me sound like a little bitch, and I'm afraid this will make it go away. And is also, admitting to being a part of this, but, with, the bad connotation instead of this one, which is, the positive. Fuck. Fuck it. Yeah, piece of cake, whatever. I give up. I give up. I know, I am pretty great. Bully's a brown-haired guy. So just the standard character model in the school, then. Frequently seen standing out front of the school entrance. Oh! Perfect! That narrows it down a whole lot. I can tell his name is... Daisuke, is that... I don't remember the guy's... his entire name. Wasn't that the name of one of the dudes in Persona 4? Soccer dude or whatever? Anyways. I know you can handle this. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I know this is a small case, but we have a name, so we should be able to consider him a target. Let's head to the hideout. Is it not locked? Oh god, we're just here. Do I want to go? They're all here. You want to go to Mementos, right? What are you talking about? Don't we need to study for exams? Yeah.
Let's go.
Don't worry about that stuff. Let's ignore the details and just go charge it in head first. No? No, no. It's easy for you to say, but we don't even have a target.
Let's go.
That's actually not a problem anymore. Some intel has come in from Mishima.
All right.
Perfect timing. Let's just go in right now then. No? You're really doing anything to avoid studying, huh? Oh gosh. Guys, how many hours into this are we? I think the front screen said like 20 something. We're still getting tutorial shit popping up. Big yawn. Check your information on a target by selecting View Requests at the hideout or pressing Y to view requests in the main menu. Add more garlic powder than you think. What? What? I don't know what's happening. Once the information has been confirmed, you can begin by selecting Explore Mementos. Okay, great. Mementos can be explored even without a target, but time will pass as it would in a palace infiltration. Exercise caution when nearing a time limit. Okay, so it should just be the one. Oh,
Well then.
you guys remember the most important step the Phantom Thieves need to take before they can steal someone's heart?
What?
Come on, just tell us.
Oh,
You mean the calling card? Oh, do we have to do that for small stuff too? Does that mean if I find... Okay, wait, is this about to tell me that even when I'm going after Memento's target, it's still going to take me a minimum of 2 days? Is that what's happening right now? Is that what it's telling me? Is that what it's fucking telling me? It better not be. It better fucking not be. What is that? Did we send one the last time? Yeah, not to Stalker Man. The treasure materializes when we change the target's subconscious with a calling card. That's the rule when dealing with a palace. In Mementos, it seems like we can just go for the target immediately. Okay, then why are we having this fucking conversation if it's not relevant?
What?
Something else already exists that fulfills that role. Fortunately for us, Mishima put a comment up in the forum saying the Phantom Thieves are coming. For a small target, that's enough of a calling card. That alone will put some fear in them for a while. Even that Nakanohara must have seen Mishima's comments about him on the fan site. And that's why the Nav picked up on him. Huh? We really leave something like something that important to someone else? Do you want to go talk to him about it? Because I'm certainly tired of it. The desires of the Memento Shadows are nothing compared to those of the Palace rulers. Still, we need to unanimously agree on our target. No ignoring the rules, even for smaller ones. Why do I feel like this is going to become a problem? Like, this is going to become a problem. This whole unanimous thing. Is that going to be our drama later in the game? There's a target, we don't all agree. And someone says, fuck it, and we're doing it anyways. Then half the group splinters off. Oh no. Guys, I rolled my chair over my controller cord. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's get to discussing the intel we've gathered. This intel is on an arrogant brown-haired bully. He's a student at Shujin Academy. There's your chair roll. Apparently a nat 1. Things have gone a little too far for just bullying, though. He's abusing and blackmailing kids. Oh.
I'm gonna make him
This is
pay.
the perfect target. Come on, let's take him down. Just fucking drop kick. Just jump off the roof and land on him. You sure you weren't just excited to go to Mementos and not study? Then again, we can't really leave a guy like that be. We should go. No objections, right? I mean, I might object to right now, but I don't think I'm gonna get the choice to actually object. Good to go if you're okay with it. That's a unanimous decision. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess maybe the chair was a nat 20 and the cable was a nat 1. Fuck, now we're getting into too many levels. I don't know. What's left out is to take down the target Mementos. Okay, I don't... Oh, we did that one. I'm assuming D is not a big deal. Not enough brain cells to keep up, so I'm throwing a fireball. Fair. Fair. Do I need to do this, or should I go study? It is 8 p.m. Why am I getting more emails? Everybody should not be working right now. Stop sending me stuff. I was kind of hoping if I stalled just like an extra couple minutes, maybe James would get here and tell me if I have to actually do this. I don't think it's working. You should be here soon, but fuck. I really feel like it's the same. I gotta, you know what? While we're stalling, I'm gonna Google the guy's name from Persona 4. That's not the right button. Persona 4. Yeah, Daisuke's a fucking name. Oh, different surname. Okay. I was like, but I was right. It was Soccer Man. So it's 9 here, and I just got a random phone call from an unknown number. Nope, fuck all that. Just fuck all that. The little symbol's not even green, so he's like, his computer's not even up. Okay. I feel like I have to go fucking do it. Ugh, wait, what happens if I click this? I like the messages I'm seeing flash across the fan site. I like the GTFO with this. Sassy Teller started asking for water now. Yay, that's good. Oh, tryhards. Not even worth a laugh. Okay, well, it was worth you spending your time to write a comment. Oh, Ashley wants me to drink water. Okay, I will do that. Everybody drink. Is this some kind of cult? No, it's a club. It's a club. What happens if I click this? Kamoshida's palace is gone, remember? Yeah. We need to hurry and find our next big target. Well, okay. That's fine, whatever. The fact that he could ask for food before water is pretty great. Kid after my own heart. Fine. We'll go fucking do this. Unless I have to, like, I actually don't know anything about what he actually looks like. Oh, I know his name. I guess I didn't know who the other guy was. Sure. Let's go do it. Okay, he actually says a number. Can I actually hit more than one target at once? Does it actually make sense to wait? He's also been asking for peeps, which is what he says for sleep. Oh my god, that's great. Just don't give him actual peeps. Those are terrible. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Guys, we're gonna hang out here until James gets here. And then I'll ask him if I need to go in immediately or if I should wait and maybe go study. And then we're gonna tell him, see, this is... Actually, I'm not gonna spoil it. We're gonna just go right into one of the conversational things. Alright. Yes, go put baby down for sleepies. For peeps. Hello, mon ships! What's up? Welcome. We're currently dawdling. Waiting for my Persona coach to be able to join us. How are you? Welcome. Let's see, what else do I got? Do I have anything else? Most of these I want to wait for James. It's very upsetting. I can't wait to talk to James about the Monty Hall problem. Because his circle's green. The circle's green. It's coming. I'm just waiting to see the thing happen. Should we try for a puppy? I don't think any of them are upstairs because I can see. Because usually they won't come up by themselves. They'll only come up when Jeff comes up. I haven't seen Jeff. Jeff, if you're listening, I could use a dog. So now we find out if Jeff has the stream on. It's a twofer. Dude, the hover boots having the weep sound is the most insane one. I miss playing Zooter. I really wish I could play on Friday. I wanna. Life and stuff. Okay. Well, some of the comments down here. Sauce, please? What? Some of these are starting to repeat, though. Hey, there it is. Hello, hello. Oh, maybe. Well, I don't even see a green circle, so it's not me. So you can figure out what's happening with your side, and I'm going to go on and share my screen with you. Hey, there it is!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear anyone.
Oh, that's not good. Well, let's try this.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
It helps if I unmute my laptop.
Hey, that'll do it. I was like, well, shit. How are you, James?
Hey, I am 100% better than I was about 10 seconds ago. How are you, Jen and Internet?
I'm doing good. We're going to start with, I have to ask you a question that Mishima was like, hey, there's some bully outside of the school. You should take care of that. So then it made me go up to the roof so we could talk about potentially going in there. Should I go in there now and deal with this fucker, or should I save this for later and go, like, study for exams or whatever the fuck?
So what I would do is I would study for exams, and I would wait till you get a few more requests and try to hit as many requests as you can in one go of mementos.
That was the vibe I got once I was like, cool, I guess I'll go ahead and deal with it. And then Ryuji was like, oh, how many targets do we have? Just one? I was like, that makes it sound like I can probably stack some. So, but I wanted to make sure everybody's going to lose audio for 1 second while I fix that. Okay, and it's back. Didn't even notice. It was great.
I felt different.
Oh, you felt different. Well, thank you for coming to rescue us. That is why you are the adultiest adult.
What is this adultiest adult? What is this nonsense I'm hearing?
So what happened last night, I don't remember exactly how it started, so if somebody wants to correct me on the beginnings of this, but what I remember happening was chat was being chat.
Okay.
And then Banana
I'm very disappointed in you all, by the way.
And then Banana showed up and made a comment, and the consensus was that Banana was the most adult person in the chat, and so everyone would default to what Banana like said or agreed or whatever, like, you know, adult energy. And then it was very quickly decided by Banana brought it up, and then everyone quickly agreed that the only one who could who outranks Banana is you. You are the adultiest adult among us. So you're the only one who has power over Banana. And apparently no one rules over you. So I need to watch myself, I guess.
Yeah. Is Jamp listening to this? I would here. Carl, can you clip that, please?
You know what? I feel like if Jamp showed up, I think we would all listen to Jamp. I don't even think half the chat like fully understands the power of Jamp, and they would also still be like, yes, ma'am, absolutely. So,
that sounds like the most fantasy MacGuffin ever. The power of Jamp. Like it's buried deep in a temple. And
all right. So studying for exams. I know I can study at the library here.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can study at the diner, which I tried to do because I thought it was supposed to give me two bumps to my knowledge, and it only gave me one instead. So then I was just mad, felt like I'd been lied to. Or I can study at the cafe. So,
yeah. So if you study here in your school library, you should get a point of guts as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get knowledge and guts simultaneously, and guts are really hard to get early game.
Yeah. I could also get guts from the diner. So, like, is there a difference? Is there a difference other than the fact that it's free here, or is something like, does the diner give like a bigger boost and it was just weird that I only got one knowledge, or what? So I got one knowledge and one guts when I went there and ate a sandwich made with crayfish paste, apparently.
I think the diner is a good option, like if they're running a special, like I think on either certain days of the week, or there will be like an announcement like, oh, like we're having this like fun fruity tea on Monday, and if you drink it, you'll be extra social too.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so I'm just gonna stay here and do the library then, I guess. That feels like the correct answer.
There are no correct answers, Jen. It's whatever your heart desires in this game.
Don't do that to me. Don't do this to me. Anyways,
The correct answer are the friends you made along the way.
So Banana was saying it was the terror pictures. Oh, that's right. We ended up in a screen last night where there was a, like, there was a little, like, chart of all the players who could be alive still, or might still be alive or whatever. But instead of, like, actual pictures, they all had, like, weird icons, like avatar icons, profile pictures. So, like, one of them just straight up looked like a Chucky doll. One of them looked like it should have been out of, like, Five Nights at Freddy's. They were all, like, horrifying, and the Banana was like, I need an adult. And we're like, sorry, you are the adult.
Yeah. You know, that's a scary realization when you're the senior most person, and you're like, oh no, I need to put on a brave face, or I just need to I do need to do an Irish goodbye, and hopefully no one notices.
Yup. Banana has a very important question for you, not related to how adulty of an adult you are.
I read that as adultery, and I'm like, I don't want to touch that, Banana.
You don't want to touch that banana. Speaking of adultery. Yeah. Anyways, what? Anyways, the librarian's talking to me. Oh no. What's happening? No. Stop. She's failed as a librarian assistant. Yeah, shame on you. Shame on your family.
You know what? She has the glasses going, so she's halfway there. Like, being left-handed, you're almost a baseball player. You know, if you're already left-handed.
We'll have to figure out what's wrong with the link permission command thing. Well, oh, you know what the problem is? Is because Impa's allowing it, but I think Twitch redid their gates, and I have to I have to change how it allows links or not. So, Carl's posted something in the Discord. Everyone, please enjoy. I'm gonna go look at it.
Thanks, Sassy.
Oh, yay, Sassy! James, I have another really important question for you.
Okay, fire away.
Oh, okay. Actually, Banana finally posted his question of, if we were just playing this game and not having story time, how many hours would we actually be at to get as far as we are?
Well, I mean, we would still be at the same hours that we're at right now. It's just we would be further in the game.
Oh my god, you know what he meant by this question.
I know. You always have to be sure on the internet where things are clippable, things taken out of context. I think we would be in the middle of the second palace right now, if story time were not co-opting a lot of the game. But you know what? That's okay, because we're getting closer to playing this game in real time, and I think that is a really cool simulator of this game.
I don't want to listen. I want to study. There we go. Other really important question from the stream last night. What color is Thursday?
I hate you all.
Here's the thing. Color. Here's the thing, though. This is what I found very interesting. Well, we had the what color are certain... like, what number is a day of the week? There was a lot of consensus on that. And we were like, some of these colors, like, some numbers feel like they have colors. None of us agreed on days. So take that for what you will. But seriously, though, what color do you think Thursday is?
Whatever Thor liked.
I mean, okay, fair. I would give you that a little bit. Ashley's mom thinks Thursday is purple. Me and Ashley's mom are on the same page. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that, but I have backup. I said that Thursday was purple. I said Friday was red, but like a good red, and Monday's bad red.
Okay. Okay, here's an answer, since I am the adultiest adult here, and I don't think Champ is on right now, so no one supersedes my authority. Every day is gray in my eyes.
Okay, that's the exact answer Metric gave, so... Metric was like, this conversation is stupid, every day is gray. I was like, all right, that's some big James energy happening right there.
Yep, big anti-synesthesia James energy.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, God. Anyways. So, not a conversation from last night. Well, at least not from stream last night.
Sorry, Metric, we're going to put words in your mouth, and there's
Oh,
nothing
wait,
you
no,
can do
who
to stop
said that you did not say that? I thought, weren't you the one who said? Someone fucking said it. I was gonna give you the credit. So it's somebody else who's green, I guess. Who else is green?
It's not easy being green.
Yeah, Kermit said it. You said the days are gray. Yeah! You said the days are gray.
Well, okay, you know what? To be fair, I say that the days are gray with an A, not with an E. So.
Oh, well, see, okay, fun story. Okay, not that the things were dumb. I was reading subtext into what you were saying. I always like switched which gray. Like there was no rhyme or reason to which way I spelled gray. And I know that typically, like, I guess it's the more American way to spell it with an A, and it's more like the European way to spell it with an E. I now exclusively spell it with an E, because, gray with an A was the name of a person I would never like to think about again. So I was like, E's all the way, never an A again.
E all the way. I think also Earl Grey is spelled with an E, and if it's good enough for T, it's good enough for me.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Anyways, so other thing that happened.
Did you notice?
Last night, but not, Morgana, what the fuck? The other thing that happened is, not during the stream, is Jeff and I were having a conversation, about, there was a group of people that always got together for watching, like, the Super Bowl around here. And then the Backstreet Boys reunion tour started. And other situations changed where, like, that group doesn't get together anymore. And Jeff and I are going to host a couple of people out of that group. And we were trying to figure out, I was like, who else was a part of the original group? And, like, is there anybody else that we should invite into this? And Jeff goes, oh, what about the one guy? And I was like, okay, which one guy? He's like, I'm pretty sure he worked with everybody at the place. He's like, he was the Asian guy. And I was like, do you remember anything else about him? What department he worked in? Remotely anything else about what he looked like or what he did, even if you didn't know what department he was in? Something. He's like, his favorite Pokemon was Metagross. And I was like, these are the things you know about this person.
Is this Phil?
The two things he could tell me is they used to be at the Super Bowl parties, he's Asian, his favorite Pokemon is Metagross. No other identifying qualities. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. So I'm just focusing on who did I used to work with that was at, like, that could have been at this house that's Asian. And 10 minutes go by, and I was like, oh! And I was like, it's this person! And I said the name. He goes, yes, that's it! And I was like, how do you know his favorite Pokemon? Please go back to that part of this explanation.
Jen, you have to understand that the male mind, myself included, very, very simple and limited in descriptions, but it's implied, like, descriptions. A perfect example of this was back when we were in college. We were at a theater party, and we were doing Pictionary, and it was men versus women. And it was one of those Pictionaries where it was like a draw off, so one team would be drawing the same thing as the other team, and the first one to get it got it.
Okay.
And the word was waves. And my friend, she started going, like, very detailed, kind of like that famous Japanese painting of the really big wave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I did was just started doing upside down V's, and my buddy Dom goes, oh, it's a wave. like less than a second, and everyone was like, it looked like an upside, it looked like an M. I made it to M, and they're like waves. That's just how our brains work. It's just this like, what is the simplest thing we could do? It's like, oh yeah, totally, that's a wave, man.
Incredible.
And, like, my friend is like doing this like beautiful artistic wave. It looked really good too, and it's like the M done.
I would have probably gone for drawing a stick figure with the arm up and then doing it again with the arm angled the other direction.
Gotcha. Oh, that's good too.
That would have been my solution for waves. Islo wants us to drink water. Do it right now.
Oh, will do. Yeah, so that non sequitur was brought to you by the male mind, as simple as possible. So while it's a funny story with Jeff, I kind of get it because I do that too. Jamf is one of those superheroes who literally knows everyone on this planet, and I'm not exaggerating.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm trying to remember like a random encounter with a random acquaintance of hers, I'm like, oh, it's we met her at that one restaurant, and this is like in the before times when we ate out a lot.
Yeah.
And, it's like, and she's just looking at me with this blank look of, and like, she's from Memphis, and I was like, yeah, and like,
Oh.
Swaleo.
As high as what? Yeah, you asked me to drink water, but I was like, oh shit, yeah, you just popped in. Hey. Banana's asking about the hours thing because I was bitching about how I'm still getting screens pop up that say tutorial on it, even though I'm 20-something hours into the game. And he's trying to justify that it's okay tutorials are still popping up because I shouldn't be 20 hours into the game. I should be fewer. I still maintain tutorials after the first fucking palace where it should have introduced all the mechanic things to you. That's too much. The hours are just like the icing on the cake. It shouldn't be fucking tutorializing it still. I don't give a shit what the hour counter says.
That's fair. and your feelings are completely validated. Metric, yeah, only a few more sleeps till Fire Emblem. I'm almost done with Elden Ring too. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it at the same time as Fire Emblem comes out, but I'm really close. I got over a big hump yesterday. Ashley's going to be in Tennessee this summer. Oh, that's fun. Let me know. We'll roll out the metaphoric red carpet because I actually don't have a red carpet. I probably should. That would just be a fun thing to have. Like I have Grey Poupon in my glove compartment just to mess with like people I know if I see them in a car next to me.
Wait, what? Really? What?
I really do. I really have Grey Poupon in my glove compartment as a joke that I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm prepared for the moment.
What? Why Grey Poupon?
There was a commercial way back when we were children where two cars pulled up to a red light and the guy rolled down his window and he goes, "Excuse me, sir, do you have any Grey Poupon?" And the other guy's like, "Why, of course." And they reach across their cars to hand over Grey Poupon, and then like it freezes in on the Grey Poupon in the middle as they're both reaching for it. And I just have Grey Poupon ready to go just for that joke. That's how committed I am to comedy, Jen and chat.
I don't know what to do with this information. My immediate first thought in my head reaction was, that's so brave to believe it won't explode in your glove compartment. Like just from like heat and stuff.
Yeah, heat and that. Yeah.
So I'm like, are you sure it hasn't exploded in there?
Ashley said, "James, my mom told me that it is pardon me, not excuse me," or whatever you said. Ashley's mom, I am sorry, my age is showing. I am trying to punch above my weight and age a little bit, but thank you.
But only by a little bit.
Only by a little bit. I will make sure that I do it correctly when that golden opportunity presents itself.
Hey,
no.
Ashley's mom, how old do you think James is? This is always a fun question. Anyways, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, no, I'm not really too afraid of it exploding. My glove compartment, not to brag, has a little vent and AC duct in it, so it keeps it at the same temperature as the car.
That's some fancy shit.
Yeah. I didn't realize it until, like, that was at no point advertised in the car, and I just noticed it Actually, when I went to put the Grey Poupon in the glove compartment, like, oh, it actually feels kind of chilly in here. Like, because it was during the summer and I had the air running. I'm like, oh, it actually feels comfortable in here.
Nice. I'm studying with Kyoko. Hell yes.
There you go. I mean, you almost have that Danganronpa protagonist look going, maybe.
Yeah, almost, maybe. Ashley's mom says you sound 28.
Well, thank you. I try really hard to make my voice come across pleasantly.
I'm trying to remember. We asked Ashley's mom how old she thought I was at one point, and I'm trying to remember what she said. I'm not going to put her on the spot and do it again. My problem is I feel like she was close, so now I'm offended that she gave you 28.
Well, you know what? Don't feel offended because, like, I have a face made for radio, and maybe that's what's skewing the number.
Sure, let's go with that. Yeah, I think so. How to do this?
Little Lion Leo said, what did it say? Poupon, not poison. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I originally, since because it was
No
French, I was
poison.
thinking poisson. I was thinking poisson.
Fish!
Fish. Yeah. Et poisson nager. The fish swims is the only thing I remember from French class.
Okay, Ash is confirming that she got the right number. Mom was incorrect by about 4 years too low. I think we're talking about me, which means she thinks I'm older than you. So I feel like I'm supposed to be upset about this. The adultiest adult.
Yeah. I am, if memory serves me correctly, I am a year older than Jen.
Yep.
And here's a fun fact, everyone. Banana, Pathos, and I are of the same. We're of the same class. We're all the same age. We are the adults of chat right now.
Oh, I got 3 music notes. Fuck yes, please. Do it.
You know
Do
what?
it. Do it. Shit.
Oh, it's because Kyoko was there.
Yeah, it's fair. She's taking all the good knowledge. I was trying to come up with a different word to say, and nothing,
Yeah, I was wondering where that was going.
felt, nothing, like everything that I was starting with, I was like, nope, no, all these are bad. Don't, now it's been too long, you have to say something. So, god damn it.
That's not it.
Is James still the adultiest adult, or do we need a standardized set? I mean, it's not just about
Well,
age.
I mean, I guess technically Ashley's mom is the adultiest adult right now.
All right, Ashley's mom is on deck as the adultiest adult. Congratulations, you've been promoted. I don't think Flash is the youngest person in chat. I'm not gonna out anybody, but I feel like there was somebody.
I'm sure there's a bot in here that's only 2, but
Where's Chloe? I think she would be the youngest.
she would. Excuse me, small child. Where are your parents?
Yeah. Oh god. I felt like I had something and I lost it, so that's fine.
That's fine.
That's so good. It's all good.
Here's a complete just random story just to get us back on something on track. I did something really fun in D&D last Friday.
Oh yeah, I was gonna use the diner as a segue for something.
Okay, no, use your diner.
Because this is the one I sent you the other day. Because I was like, I'm in the car. I am not near my stoplight or my sticky notes. So I am sending this to you so I don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ashley, earmuffs for like a second though. I had to take a different route to work yesterday, and it takes me past a local coffee shop, and I was like, I was running errands before going to work. That's how packed my day was yesterday. And hello, Quacks. I was like, I'm going past a local coffee shop. I am gonna get myself. I was gonna get myself a chai. I was gonna get myself a chai, and
Decaffeinated, of course, right?
Yup, definitely decaffeinated. So I go, and I had a problem I've not had before, because usually, like, the way you order drinks at a place, any kind of coffee shop, cafe, or whatever, is you need to specify your size, and you need to specify whether it's going to be like hot or iced. Usually when I go to this place, all I'm getting is an iced drink. So I've not had this issue before. And when I go to usually when I get a hot drink, I'm at Starbucks, and their sizes are bullshit names.
They are.
The local place uses regular ass sizes, small, medium, and large. So I pull up to the window and I order the drink. And as soon as the words leave my mouth, I went, oh my God, if my tone of voice had been any different, this would be a problem. Because I ordered a hot, large, dirty chai.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, I was like, can I have a hot, large, dirty chai? And my brain blue screened. Consonants are hard. My brain blue screened and was like, oh my God. If I said it just a little bit different, that's how you end up on a list somewhere. Because it's like, can I have a hot, large, dirty chai is very different than, can I have a hot, large, dirty chai?
Oh, you did you did it. You committed to it.
I did.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyways, that happened. And I giggled about it, and then I got to work, and I immediately had to tell my bosses, and I was like, hey, you want to hear a funny story? I feel very uncomfortable about the way I just ordered this drink. And they're like, why? And then I said it, and before I even explained any further, they're both snickering already. So, it was very good.
Well, I'm glad it was really good.
It was a very tasty drink, and I definitely deserved it. But, yeah. So I was like, oh, this is why I don't order hot drinks at this place. I now know I can never order a hot beverage again. So, at that particular one.
Yeah, you're gonna hear people go, hey, look, she's back, and some the more socially awkward baristas will kind of poke their head behind the coffee machine, I think she's gonna say it. Like that that Hey Arnold kid.
Oh,
from,
yeah.
Always behind Helga. See, look, I pulled the Jeff. I described him as the Hey Arnold kid. Everyone knew immediately who I was referring to.
Well, let's get back.
Anyways, I'm sure the barista didn't even bat an eye, because they're just like, yeah, these are the words that go in the drink. It's fine. But me not having strung them together before was like, uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure I told this story on stream many moons ago, but way back when I was fresh out of college looking for work, some job opportunities brought me
Looks
to
like you're
Louisville.
attending school seriously.
You continue,
hello,
and then I'll click buttons.
Yeah. Hello, extremely powerful student president.
Mm-hmm. Do you mind if I go make a new drink while you finish your story?
Oh, please do.
All right.
So I was in Louisville for a job interview, and anytime I go to a new city, I always try to get something that's like a local cuisine, like local specialty. So I grew up in Pittsburgh, and some of our local specialties are pierogies and Permane Brothers sandwiches. And if you're not familiar, that's when we put French fries, coleslaw, and tomato on a big old sandwich. Delicious.
That sounds so good.
It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing any time of day. Anyway, so I go to a local restaurant not far from where I was interviewing in Louisville. There you go, Carl. And I asked, what is the Louisville special? What is a special food here? And the guy looked me dead in the eye and goes, oh, that would be a hot brown. And I looked back at him uh-huh. No, seriously. I was like, no, a hot brown. A hot brown's Louisville's thing. And he had to explain to me what a hot brown was. And basically, it is an open face sandwich that's put in a like a small Le Creuset little baking thing, where you bake the open face sandwich in a little container, and that's a hot brown. And it was delicious. It was delicious. Just terrible name. Absolutely terrible. It felt like ordering, when you order sprinkles on your ice cream as an adult, there's just no way to sound like an adult because you want sprinkles on your ice cream. But, it is what it is. But yeah, everyone should explore different foods when you're in different places. Hi, Jamf. Okay, sorry. I was catching up on chat, and I was distracted by Jamf. Yeah, so no, like I subscribe to the school of thought that yeah, just try new things even if they sound weird, and that goes especially for, and I'm gonna do quote unquote girly drinks. I don't believe in girly drinks. I don't like that being assigned, because if a drink looks delicious, I will order it, and uh, I really don't care what the color is. The reason I bring that up is the last time my wife and I were in Memphis, my in-laws were watching the Just a Little Children, and we went out to a restaurant, and I was looking at their cocktail menu, and there was a cocktail that was scotch, ginger beer, and they called it a dark blueberry liqueur. And I'm thinking like, oh, like I love ginger beer, I love whiskey, and I've had some blueberry liqueurs, and I'm thinking, oh, this sounds like really good and refreshing. And I was trying to like play a game of what color I think this drink was going to look like. So whiskeys and scotches are like amber, dark brown. Ginger beers are typically lighter, and then like a darker heavy blueberry liqueur. Obviously going to be very blue. So I'm thinking like maybe kind of like a midnight purple. Maybe is how this would all come out. So I ordered the drink, and I knew it's going to be an interesting night because the waitress goes, "Oh, okay." When she looked at me, I'm like, "Oh, okay." It came out. It was like fuchsia. It was just the brightest pink purple ever, and you know what? It was delicious. I enjoyed every sip of that drink. It was very refreshing and wonderful, and I don't care what that waitress was insinuating. I was like, "Oh, okay." Carl, also girly drinks are more powerful than most things guys order. That is true. Ashley, girls are also more powerful than guys are. That's also 100% true. We have a cleanup in aisle 3. Cleanup in aisle 3. Jeff, can we get the mop out aisle 3? I mean, we can only hear you. I can't hear the gentle baritones of a Jeff. But let's see. I'm gonna get here. While we're waiting for Jen to get back and cleaning up on aisle 3, what are some of your favorite drinks or interesting foods that you've had while you have been traveling, Chad? Oh, Carl, someone post the link for Jamf. I know she's on her phone right now. I don't know if she can see that link and keep the stream up at the same time. Asuele doesn't travel. Okay, well, what is like a local specialty of your general geographic region? Okay, those headphones have good range. They do have a really good range. Kudos to you, Jen. I just love that I can tell you're shouting from across the house. That's awesome. Ashley, I still love Philly cheese from Food Cart in Philly. Yeah, you know what? Food carts and food trucks are always going to have the best food. Unless you're getting a hot dog from New York, then no, just stay away from hot dogs from carts in New York City. Jamf, I looked at the link without context. It's a bit vague. Ooh, Suela, butterscotch pancakes. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Flashfire, everything I tried in Japan. I bet. I have heard the advice when you go to Japan is to just go into a place and just ask them whatever you like. Just you tell the server just whatever you like, and just be pleasantly surprised. At least that's what I've been told by 2 separate people who have been to Japan. Lion Leo. There we go. That's a tongue twister. Red leather, yellow leather. Got it. Verner's. Yeah, that's definitely a staple in Michigan. I'm from Pennsylvania originally, so Verner's hasn't made their way to Pennsylvania, but there was a there was a bar down here in Nashville that had a lot of just like out of town beers and drinks, and they would make their cocktails with Vernors, specifically. So I guess they were big Michigan fans. Carl, Ashley, I love five-way spaghetti. Well, I said that out loud. Carl, I'm almost afraid to ask what that is. Flash, you remember a fish dish in Japan with caviar on it? I was gonna stop at the fish dish in Japan because I figured like everything in Japan is fish, fish or ramen. Caviar, that takes it to the next level.
I'm back. I've cleaned up.
Welcome
I've cleaned
back.
up my shame. I love that you can hear me. I can't wait to listen to this later. Yeah, I was almost done making my drink. I had to open a new bottle of my mixer, so that's why it took a little bit long the first time. And then I was almost done, and I was stirring it up, and I just leveraged that. It was like using one of like the actual like bar spoons, so it's very tall. And I just hit it wrong, so it just knocked my, just brought my whole cup tumbling down. So, we're good now. We're good now. I need to weigh in on Vernors real quick. For anybody who's not had Vernors, and you're like, what is that? If ginger ale came out of Satan's asshole, that's what Vernors tastes like.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's a cocktail somewhere.
It probably is. Yeah.
Ashley, are you talking like Skyline chili, where they put chili, cheese, onions, and beans on everything? Kind of like how Pittsburghers put French fries, coleslaw, and tomatoes on everything.
Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to come back and say is when you were talking about that sandwich, it sounded fucking delicious.
It is amazing. I want you to imagine like thick slices of Italian bread with like a quarter pound of deli, like whatever deli meat you want, and cheese, and then piled on with French fries, coleslaw, and tomato. Perfect. It is a wonderful, wonderful sandwich.
I want that right now in my face.
Just a middle wife learned the hard way when she first came up to Pittsburgh to meet my family that Pittsburghers are very serious about their French fries, and we put it on a lot of things. Yeah, there she goes. She beat me to it. They also put French fries on salads. Yeah, she learned that the hard way.
That is the best way to get me to eat a salad. Wispy Whiskers, I'm very sorry, but also, like, hey, welcome. Oh, there's drink on my shirt. God, I'm just gonna close my little cardigan thing, and now no one can... Oh, none of y'all can see it anyways. It's just a me problem. That's fine. I'm okay with this. Oh, boy.
Makoto's vision is based on movement. You haven't moved, and she's just confused. Like, I don't know... Like, I thought I saw you, and then I'm just frozen here.
But also her eyes are closed, so like it's a double win for me.
It is.
Sassy wants to make mac and cheese. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So my bosses at TurboDork are engaged. They're not actually married yet. They were supposed to be married in 2020. Ha ha!
Nothing happened in 2020.
Exactly. So they're actually like making plans to like do it this year. And so they've made comments about things they're looking at or whatever. And apparently the one thing that is non-negotiable that they have to have at their wedding is a mac and cheese bar. And I'm like, fuck yes. I am so excited for this. I love that that's the requirement.
Did you have any requirements at your wedding, Jen?
I don't know if we had any requirements quite like that. I think our thing was that like for us it was more like I want to wear a pretty dress and have a party rather than be like we're doing a wedding with like a ceremony. Like we did the ceremony to make grandparents happy. It was literally 20 minutes. It was a 20-minute ceremony. And then it was cool. All that family is still invited to the reception, but like we had a very clear cutoff of like, I think the reception started at probably like 7 or something like that. And once it hit 9 o'clock, like we very specifically had, I think at 9 o'clock there was a song that was like, here's a bunch of swear words. That will clear the grandparents out. Now y'all know what kind of fucking party it is. Yeah, so I think that was, like, the only, like, requirement for that. And then the only other thing, I guess it was, like, not a requirement, but was, like, my one thing. I was like, if I can figure out how to make this work, I would love to do it. is I was like, we're doing a short ceremony, but if we're gonna do a ceremony, my thing is like, I'm not walking down the aisle to Here Comes the Bride. Fuck that. I want it to be Paco Bell's canon. That was my like one requirement. Was like, I want Paco Bell's canon because I fucking love that piece. And that's probably the closest I got to a requirement. Other than that, it was like, everybody get drunk and have a good time. And you know you accomplished that goal when at the end of the night, you're like settling up with the facility and the bartender pulls you to the side and goes, hey, did you guys book the package to pay per head or per drink? And we went, per head. Why? And they went, oh, thank God. Because they had apparently, our people know how to fucking party. They had to go out halfway through the reception and go buy more alcohol.
Nice.
We had completely cleared them out of vodka by like an hour and a half into it. And they're like, we need more.
More vodka.
So, oh no. Oh, I don't like that she's LOLing in all capital letters.
Yeah. So 3 things that Jamf, my loving wife, anticipates my stories because I tell them so often. But first, I would just like to point out, because I just noticed that Thin Girl is right above Makoto's head.
Oh yeah, with the red hair kind of going on. Yeah, okay, I see it.
Just hanging out there.
Cool.
So the first thing, one of the things, well, your music choice and your food and drinking, perfect. It is good to have like a few things that like you'll put your foot down. Like, no, these are things that absolutely must happen. My absolute thing that must happen was something that that I learned through weddings that I went to that were my wife's friends, or they still are my wife's friends and our friends. But in Memphis, one of the popular foods to do is a barbecue martini.
What? What?
Okay, so it is, take a martini glass. And you put the beans in first, and then you put barbecue on top of the beans, and then you put coleslaw, and then you drizzle barbecue sauce on it, and then you hand it out as like an appetizer with a fork.
I was so terrified that like, and then you top it with vodka. I was waiting. Nope. Okay, this is weird, but not horrifying.
Oh, delicious! It is absolutely delicious. So when it was time to plan our wedding, it was like, what should we do? I'm like, oh, we're doing barbecue martinis. Like, we're getting married in Memphis. Like, we're doing a barbecue martini. And like, all of my groomsmen, all of my friends from Pittsburgh and Ohio, they're like, this is the most amazing thing. Like, we need to bring this back. We need to bring this technology back to the north.
That's how they get you infiltrates that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love Kennedy. And as my sister pointed out, she said all 3 of us got to walk down. I don't know if she's talking about all of the bridesmaids. I mean, because I also, like, I just had the same music. It was like Bridesmaids and Then Follow Me is just the same thing playing the whole time. I don't know if she's talking about that, or because I don't remember what she walked down to. I don't know if she's talking about me, her, and Lo Mom, because I know Lo Mom did the same thing, that she had canon and D. So I don't know which way she means it. I think both are accurate, so... Goodness gracious. Wispy Whiskers saying Canada's good. Myself would like Bach's Prelude in E flat major. There you go. All right.
Yeah, Prelude in Fagui, in E flat.
In Fagui.
It's a Fagui, like a if it's called a segue, it's called a Fagui.
Yeah, oh, actually, I like this. Instead of Segui and Fagui, if it's Segway, it's Box Fuegway?
Fuegway?
Oh, God. Anyways, let's get through this scene. Finally, this is going to turn into the new buffet scene. So, I want to get off of this screen, and then we can go back to other things on our list.
Sounds good.
You also seem pretty close with Takamaki-san if you're both coming to school together. You just transferred here, though. I guess you two really click.
I don't like her tone of voice. I want to hear her order a drink.
You beat me to it. I was getting that queued up in my head. I'm like, yeah, let's hear her at the coffee shop.
It's like, yeah, we're in the same class. We sit next to each other. calm your tits.
I see. You seemed a lot closer than that yesterday morning.
That sounds like you found us in a compromising position.
Yeah, it sounds like you found us at a diner,
Yeah.
quote unquote, studying biology.
Barbecue parfait. Oh my god, banana. Yes.
I heard she was a victim of Mr. Kamoshida. But was that all there was to it?
I hate this girl right now. I'm sure that will change. But right now, I want to shove her onto the subway tracks.
You know,
Either
accidents
way,
happen all the time.
Closer inspection should clear everything up.
These train stations are
Goodbye.
very full of people. You get jostled. Things happen.
So I can't tell if Jamp is just really excited or her cap lock is stuck. But I think it's both.
Everything's been all caps and I fucking love it. Oh. Gosh. Happy little accidents, yes. The Bob Ross approach to solving problems.
I mean, the game has been set up that, you know, the subways have been crashing and there's investigations. You know,
That's
stuff
true.
happens. Yeah.
God. Yes, exams are tomorrow. Are we ready? Sure, I guess.
Well, shall we begin?
Oh, you're gonna ask me a question now?
He
Thought
has too many vowels in his last name.
he really does.
And that Heian period, too many
Also,
vowels in that
also too
period.
many vowels. Yeah, yeah.
Samurai, just right.
Thank you, Joe. Hashtag Mondo Butter. Is it time? Okay, I feel like he's talking a lot. I feel like I have to actually pay attention a little bit. I think it's gonna do one of those things where it gives me the answer to the question he's about to ask. So I'm like, trying to like pick out my keywords.
Don't forget that the left thumbstick gives you the log of everything
Shit,
that was said.
good call. Thank you. Position. Okay, great. Shit. All right, here we go.
Exclamation point.
Hello, person. Oh, you just said this. You
This
just
is
said
it.
that.
Correct.
Yeah, you
He
literally just said those words. Thank God. All right.
He looks very different from his persona depiction, with carrying two swords with his red armor that just murderizes everything. In fact, he looks very calm and peaceful right there, like he's not gonna murderize
Yeah,
people.
he looks chill as fuck.
Yeah. Nice hat too.
It's a good hat. It kind of looks like a thumb though.
I can see that.
Just like bent at the at that top knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, just.
Like his head's giving you a thumbs up.
But only like a half-ass one. Like,
Yeah.
This is okay.
You know what? It's like a Bill Clinton thumbs up.
Very specific reference. More showing our ages.
It happens in our age.
It really does. I'm looking at my list. Hey, here's a fun story. This is not a segue, just complete non sequitur, just totally random thing, but I'm very excited about it, so we're gonna talk about it.
Let's do it.
So, y'all know, most of y'all know at this point that I'm helping get a book printed for an indie tabletop role-playing game called Emerald Templars. D'Angelo, who was the DM for the game session, responsible for the infamous Uwu voice. He was the main writer for it and like put it together, but has like a team of writers and all that stuff. I was all working on it. It's in editing right now, and then it's gonna go to print. It's a whole big thing, and so I've been helping with all like the admin stuff on that, like helping like track budget, and then also like finding printers and trying to navigate how to get a book printed. Also, while the economy globally is in shambles, so it's been like a whole thing. So way back when I joined the project. And I got added, there's like a specific Discord for it, so that way we could coordinate like all of the writers and all that stuff. When I got added to the project, I was like looking through all the old posts to like catch up, see what I had missed. And one of the things that D'Angelo had posted was like, hey, writers, because at that point it was just the writers that were in the group. It was like, if you want to be reference for any of the art pieces for NPCs or just like the class example art or something like that, like let me know and send me some pictures to use and I'll give those to the artist and you can kind of like be the basis for those things. And I went, that's really cool that he's doing that. That's awesome. But I was like, I'm not a writer. I'm just the spreadsheet monkey. And he had posted it like a couple weeks beforehand, so I was like, not my thing. Cut to a couple of weeks ago, and he posts the thing again. And he's like, hey, anybody who didn't get in on this the first time, it's like, it's just a couple of black and white pieces, but there's still some art that needs to be done. Anybody who's here, if you want to be referenced for any of the art, let me know. As a fair warning, most of what I have left is like the deities of the world that are like, at best, morally gray. Some of them are gray, some of them are flat out evil. So like,
let's gray with an E.
Yes, gray with an E.
Okay, good.
So he's like, if you're cool with that and you want in on this, let me know. So I was like, am I allowed to get in on this? Because I'm chill with being evil and or morally gray. And he's like, absolutely. Like, you're a huge part of this project working. Like, yes, absolutely. So he sent me the art the other day. He sent me the art yesterday.
Uh-huh.
The description, I'm going to pull this up. Because he sent me the art, and then he gave me the description of, like, who this goddess is. And he's like, very cold and powerful, cold, distant, calculating. And he was like, the example he gave was like, think like Yellow Diamond from Steven Universe, so that tells a lot of people here what that means. Or somebody, since I haven't watched Legend of Korra, I don't know, and I don't even know how to pronounce this, but like Kuvira or something like that. He's like, these are the references. Very stoic, very distant. And I'm looking at this art, and I was like, fuck yes, this is great. Looking at the art and these descriptions, and I know Yellow Diamond, I was like, oh, this is Gwen when the war is over, but everyone she actually gives a shit about is dead. That's absolutely the energy coming off of this.
Nice.
So anyways, I'm officially a goddess in this book now, which is dope as hell, and I'm very excited.
Nice.
It's very good.
That's very cool.
So
I like to imagine in 1,000 years when some like archaeologist or like an archaeologist like digs up this book and is trying to like figure out like what religions were around 1,000 years ago. You're gonna go in history books. Like, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what, but it seemed to be worshipped by select groups of people who had 20-sided dice as their part of their ceremonies.
First of all, Joe, thank you for adding that quote. Second of all, Wispy Whiskers, you're just gonna have to wait. Because what I got was the, like, in progress sketch, and I don't want to, like, share that ahead of when I'm supposed to. You'll just have to wait till the book comes out, which you can pre-order in that handy-dandy link that, is in the command that I think it was Ashley pulled for me. So, there you go. I did pronounce it right! Yay! I really need to watch Legend of Korra. I need to do a full watch of Airbender, and then I need to watch that one. Petition for Kuvira cosplay. Oh shit. I'll have to look. Maybe I'll see it and I'll be like, fuck yes, I need to do this. So, there is no link. I need to add the link to that command, or fix why it's not working, I guess. Aliens dug through a ruined earth, they think we worship Garfield. Yup. Anyways, what, James?
Yeah. After watching Legend of Korra, I think the next thing that should be on the list, we should watch all of the Persona anime.
No.
From 3, 4, and 5.
That sounds like my personal hell. Oh, and Flash I didn't catch like the last couple of episodes of Airbender. So it's like I need to do a rewatch and then get those, because that was like a whole big thing while I was in college and I was busy double majoring, and so the priorities shifted a little bit and I just never got around to it. So I need to do that, but yeah, I haven't watched Legend of Korra. So thank you, Ashley. Ashley fucking killing it. But yeah, so I'm a goddess in this book now. So I guess maybe this now gives me authority over James. You're the adultiest adult, but I'm a literal goddess. So
in a book.
Oh, as opposed to the goddess. Never mind. Never mind. We're gonna get into a weird religious territory that I don't want to dance with.
Oh, yeah, let me go. Let me just stretching a little bit, with all of my religious education all the way back to kindergarten. All right, let's do this.
Oh boy. God. Anyways, hey, back to this game real quick though. Something I yelled about before you got here.
Uh-huh.
This pollen warning bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It popped up while I'm on the train. It's like, oh my god, pollen's terrible. And Morgana is like, oh, maybe that'll affect mementos just like the weather. So, first of all, did it tell me that the weather fucking affects mementos? Second of all, what the fuck?
Hey, if you're paying attention to tutorials, yeah, weather affects mementos.
I'm trying to stream a game, read a chat, talk to you, monitor the actual stream connected. There's a lot of shit happening. I'm sorry I missed the fact that the weather thing happened. And because this game... No, I'm gonna fucking finish right now. This game has done so many things where it's introduced a mechanic before it's explained it, that, like, I wouldn't have been surprised if it was like, oh yeah, fucking the weather affects mementos, and that being the first mention of it is absolutely fucking tracks, because that would not be the first time that's happened in this game. I feel like that was a reasonable question. Anyways, I yield the floor. You may now speak.
I was just gonna say, so not an omniscient goddess. Got it.
No. Okay, oh, again, we're gonna end up in a weird fucking territory, and I don't want to go there.
That's fine. Let's talk about something that
Thank you, Pathos.
We can all get behind.
Uh-oh.
The fun thing I did in my D&D game on Friday.
Yes, do that.
So, we're you did it.
Finally, I'm smarter. I'm learned.
You're learned.
I'm learned. I'm gonna done learn you. Anyways.
Done learned. So, my party is in a fight. We've been doing a good job clearing out another group of ne'er-do-wells, and the last one is a mage, is a wizard, and cast Wall of Force in a narrow cavern that we're in. So it's the cavern is 15 feet across, and just put the wall up, so couldn't get around it. Now, my character has a spell called Catapult.
What are your thoughts?
And Catapult lets you throw an object that is less than 5 pounds that isn't being worn or carried, in a direction, and I think it's like 3d8 force damage, and it moves the target back 10 feet if they fail their dex save. So I go to my DM, I'm like, hey DM, Wall of Force in front of us. He goes, yeah. I'm like, how much would you say a Wall of Force weighs? I imagine nothing, because it's just force. It's just a barrier, like we can't pass it. He goes, yeah, he's like, yeah, a little nervous. Like, what are you thinking? Like, yeah, it doesn't weigh anything. Like, all right, cool. So, like a few minutes go by, other people are doing their turns, clearing out like the other trash mobs. And then it's my turn. And he's like, all right, James, your turn. And I go, I cast Catapult. Wall of Force is the object. It is not being worn or carried. It is less than 5 pounds, and I'm going to launch it at the wizard. And the sigh the DM made. Oh, it was the most beautiful music. Of just that sound of I'm so annoyed, but yet you're not wrong. And he let me do it. I launched a Wall of Force back at the wizard.
God. I'm stuck on whether I think Wall of Force is an object, but I do love the idea, regardless of what I feel about that, I do love that every DM knows the fear of as soon as a player asks, how much does it weigh, shit's about to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, God. Also, can we just talk about what's happening on the screen right now? Ha.
Maybe Makoto wasn't too far off base. I mean, she is the Lover's Arcana.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, quote, train with her. Wink. She's winking at me this whole time, so.
Maybe you'll raise all of your stats, your charm, your guts, your knowledge.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely raising my guts, that's for sure. Yeah, go check. Let's go train with her. I am being honest, Pathos.
This is Pathos. This is just what normal high school students do. They train hearts.
Look, I'm being honest. Like, look, you said honest student. You didn't say like wholesome or pure student. I'm being honest. I'm fucking in love with her, of course.
Yeah, Kyoko, man.
Exactly. As soon as you were like, that's Kyoko's voice actor, I was like, shit, that's it for me. Like, done. Donezo.
Jen, I know you're doing an unmodded play of Persona 5. If there was a mod, excuse me, I can English well. If there was a mod that you can get Danganronpa skins, would that be On's default skin in Persona 5?
I could make on Kyoko.
Now, I don't know if that mod exists, but a lot of mods exist. I bet we could find one.
Oh my god. I would want none of the other models to change, just that one.
Well, like, I bet we can find a mod that would make it like one of the DLC costumes where it's just like an option in the, it would just be an option in the equipment.
Oh dear. You know what else is an option in the equipment? Anyways. I would, that is the only mod I would do. Turn on into Kyoko. I like that this conversation happened. I went big Gen 4 and everything. I got a follow right after. I like to think that's what pushed him over the edge. BD Hope, thank you very much for the follow.
Alright, so my homework assignment for the next week is to find this mod.
God, next week's gonna be fucking buck wild.
Yeah, it is.
God, we'll get to that later though. Goodness gracious, yeah, okay, we're gonna meet up in Shibuya. Okay, I can go. Is it gonna just like throw me over there? Or am I gonna have to?
Yep.
Okay, good. A natural respite. Get away from the stress of city life. Couples often ride boats on the pond.
I think boats on the pond is a euphemism.
Yeah, for what?
To the park.
All right.
Oh, God. Yeah, go to the park. Go, go, go. Yay! Training's gonna go super good today. Okay. This is not on my list. This is not on my list, but we're in a park, so it feels relevant. Okay, so there's a park not too far from our house. You know this. You went on a walk with me there at one point.
I know this park.
You know this park. So apparently...
We saw zero dogs.
Yeah, which was very upsetting. I did go for a walk yesterday, and there were several dogs, and it made me very happy. So there's an area where, like, before you get to, like, the actual park, there's, like, a bridge that's, like, got the road on it, but it's got a really good, like, sidewalk on it that's, like, blocked off, so it's safe to walk on. Apparently Jeff went for a walk the other day, and this bridge is, like, it's just going over, like, a small creek, essentially, so it's, like, not very tall. It's not very far off of, like, the ground. Like, you look over the edge, and it's maybe, like, 15 feet to the ground, which is for, like, bridge standards, not very high. And there will be people just be out there sometimes, like chucking a frisbee around. There's also part of the path that goes through there, so it's not unusual to see people down there. And so he's walking, and he gets to the part that's past the tree, and it's big and open, and he just looks down just to see if there's any dogs. And he sees two people. Like, looks like they got a picnic blanket, but they're under the picnic blanket.
I don't know what that could possibly mean.
So anyways, he was like, it is just like a Tuesday afternoon, and there's two very clearly high school students just, quote unquote, having a picnic, broad daylight.
Having an afternoon delight.
Exactly, and it's like, look, I'm sure you think you're being very sneaky. You're under a blanket in Texas. It's hot out. Everyone knows. Everyone, especially like your orientation to each other, everyone knows exactly what's happening here. You need to either be under the bridge or go somewhere else.
Okay, You know what? We're making assumptions here. They could have been doing something completely wholesome, like shooting up heroin. Okay, like.
I don't even have a response for that one. So anyways, so there's like along the walk from the house to the park and around the park. There's two bridges. So now go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. There was a lost child in our chat.
Chloe's here? Yeah, Chloe's here. Perfect. Hi, Chloe. Just know that we love you. We were talking about who the youngest person here is probably, and we decided it had to be you. So there's two bridges along this walk, and so before we just had to try to like, okay, well there's like the bridge you drive on and there's the bridge you walk on. Now it's the fucking bridge and the waterfall bridge. So,
okay.
very clear distinctions. Chloe, I love you. I hope I get to see you soon. I missed your face. I did finally get my cloak back, though. Christian finally gave it to me earlier this week. Or I guess last week. Today's only... This week has been very short. Today's only Wednesday. I think it was technically last week. No, Wispy Whiskers, like, hey, sorry, hanging out here, your innocent's head. No chance. I'm so sorry. I should have warned you. This is a mature audience's stream warning. So I feel like I did warn you. So I'm sorry, but I'm not surprised. It's okay, Chloe. We both kept forgetting. It was in his car the whole time. Oh, you're okay. This you're coming on too strong there, buddy.
Oh, but he has the thinking man pose.
Yeah, I was like, we got serious about this real fast.
I just have to say, I am very interested in everything you need to say right now. I'm taking this very seriously.
Oh, I don't like the setup for this scene. I don't like this at all. This this happened in another game, or was it in a show we were all watching together where somebody was like, say mean stuff to me, and you're like, okay, and you like half-assed it, and they immediately started crying. Fucking what was that? Chat, what was it?
Jen, I don't think it was a game or a show. I think you're just repressing high school memories.
Okay, like, fair, but also for real, though.
For real?
There was a thing that I feel like we all experienced together that was very similar to like, yeah, I'll toughen up, say mean stuff to me, and they immediately started crying. God, what was it? Shit. Someone here will know. Someone will know. If that's your training, like, hey, you don't need me to like try to intentionally belittle you. That feels really mean and terrible.
Have you read the comments section on the internet?
I intentionally try not to. No, I wasn't trying to do that right then. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. No, don't make me. No! I hate all of these. This one actually feels like the deepest cut. Because, like, these are so overt, they feel forced. This is, like, the thing that somebody would actually say to be passive-aggressive. Ashley bringing up a great point. They didn't even set up a safe word for when it got too real. This is bad all over the place. I'm gonna go with this. Oh, no, she wants me to yes. We're yes-anding.
Yeah. This is like in our Persona 4 stream when I said Yukiko had a beautiful soul.
Oh, God. I vaguely remember that. I like how I immediately copped out. Like, can we stop or you're a hard worker? Sure that. Oh, God. Excuse me, no.
Jen, you know what the correct answer is.
Can we stop? Absolutely.
No. You know what the correct you know in your soul what the correct answer is.
I mean, it will shake her. That's actually true. But, like, no. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm so tempted. Oh, I'm so tempted. Because that will absolutely shake her.
Let's see how committed to improv she is.
Oh, no. I mean, that's also a good point. Oh, good night, Sassy.
Good night, Sassy.
Do people not say I love you to your friends? I do, but main character has known her for 3 weeks? A month? Maybe? So I feel like it's a little different. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna do it. Let's go. Oh, but I got a music note!
You even stood up to you really sold it.
I really did. I'm disqualified. I've been removed from the competition. Apparently not super disqualified. I'm going to round 2.
Yes!
Okay, you can't just cover your ears. That doesn't do it. Oh god, I hate all these for like very different reasons. Ashley, I love you. Oh good, she's finally caught up. Hey
There you
James,
go.
while this is all happening,
Yeah,
you haven't been watching Nonary, which is, I think, better.
that is true. That is true.
I want to talk about the Monty Hall problem.
Let's talk about the Monty Hall problem.
So, to give you the background, because I want you as the actual statistics person
Yes,
To-
I am the actual statistics
to
person.
weigh in on the Monty Hall problem. Because for anybody who's not been watching when I've been playing the Nonary series, I'm playing Zero Time Dilemma right now. There is a moment that we recently encountered that did like an extreme version of the Monty Hall problem, where it was very clear what the correct answer was, that the correct course of action was. So for anybody who's unaware, the Monty Hall problem is essentially the idea of like being presented with like 3, like in its truest form, it is 3 doors. There's a good prize, like a car behind one of them, and the other 2 have like nothing or goats or some shit. And the idea is that cool, you have 3 closed doors. Pick the one you think the prize is behind, and so you pick a door. And the host goes, okay, let's see what's behind door. Let's say I pick door number 1. And they're like, and I know you know this, James, I'm giving the rest of the chat the background. It's like, I picked door number 1. I think the car's behind door number 1. He goes, okay, open door number 3. And he shows me behind door number 3 is the nothing. And he's like, okay, cool. So now you know that door number 3 had nothing. Do you still want to stick with door number 1? Or do you want to switch to door number 2? And this is a whole like thing about like odds and statistics and like what like all the fancy gamble shit. Where it's like, cool, is it better to stay with the door you pick, or is it better to switch? Now what happened in the game was a very clear version of this. Where there were 10 doors. We're actively dying, and the thing we need to not die is in one of the doors. So it's like, here's 10 doors. Pick one. And I was like, sure, I picked door number 9. And then it goes through and it opens all of the doors I didn't pick. Except for, you know, it doesn't open the one I picked, and it doesn't open one of the remaining ones. So there were 10 doors initially, I picked one, it opens 8 of them to show that the 8 are empty. So now there's only 2 closed doors. And it goes, okay, do you want to stick with the one you picked, or do you want to switch to the other one? And here's, James, this is what I need to admit to you immediately. Knowing how these games work, I was like, I'm going to have to do both options anyways. And just because I'm mad that they're doing the Monty Hall problem, even though with 10 doors, I know this is the wrong answer, I'm sticking with the one I already picked because fuck this game. And of course...
Good night, Jam.
Oh, good night, champ. And of course, I immediately died. But then but knowing how this game works, it's a flowchart game, so I go back to that decision point and I get to make the other choice. So I was like, I'm gonna have to do both of them anyways, eventually. So like, just on principle, because I'm mad about the Monty Hall problem, I'm gonna do this. Because with it being 10 doors, it's very obvious that you should switch. With 3 doors, it feels weirder to me. So I want you to talk about your view on the Monty Hall problem. And then we're gonna get back into why with the actual Monty Hall problem, with it being 3 doors, I would never switch.
Okay, so the Monty Hall problem, I joked in our Discord chat, is not a problem. It is a proven mathematical. You have a statistic advantage to switch in that case. And the reason for that is that if you have 3 doors, you have a 1 in 3 chance of picking the correct door. So when you pick the door and they reveal, like, you pick door number 1, they reveal door number 3 is empty, and now you have a choice between door number 1 and door number 2. The fallacy is that you think it's a 50% chance now between door 1 and door 2. Because there's only 2 left, you have a 50-50 shot, so it doesn't matter if you switch or not. And that's false. Because you know that door number 3 is empty, the other door at that moment is a 2 in 3 chance of being the correct door versus the one that you picked, because the door that you picked at the outset only had a 1 in 3 chance of being correct. You've removed door number 3, so that's the 1 in 3 chance of that door. You know that for a certainty is empty. So door number 2 now is a 2 in 3 chance of being the correct door. So over and hello, hello Raiders.
Hello Raiders.
Welcome to the statistics hour.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Monty Hall problem. So
It's a very interesting time to show up.
Yeah. Because time is an important function in statistics, whether you want to believe that or not. At that moment in time, once you reveal door number 3, door number 2 has a 2 in 3 chance of being correct. So over the course of 100 games, if you switch, you're going to win 2 out of 3 times, and the person who sticks with door number 1 is only going to win 1 out of 3 times over the course of 100 games.
So that's how the actual Monty Hall problem works.
Yes.
That one I have a problem with because I understand the math. I super understand the math. But in my brain, I'm also like a 1 in 3 chance of having picked the correct thing initially is still a pretty solid shot as far as most gambles are concerned. So I'm like, man, I would rather just be committed to the choice I made and just go with it. Even though I know statistically, like you said, there's a 2 in 3 shot it's in that other door. So it's like, mathematically I should do that.
Yeah. So
I know this.
I don't want to plug other people's work, but if people are interested, MythBusters actually did a very good experiment with the Monty Hall problem. I approve of their methodology for testing it.
Shit.
And it's maybe about a 5-minute video. So find it on YouTube or whatever and watch MythBusters tackle the Monty Hall problem, and you will see, like, because they did it over 100 times, that if you switch your door every single time versus the control group that's picked their same door, the person who switched their door won exactly 66% of the time.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. I gotta go look at this.
Yeah. It was really cool to see it happen in a live simulation.
Yeah. As far as the game went, like, I think the game exaggerating it, making it 10 choices, actually did a really good job of explaining exactly why the math works for the fewer doors. Where it's like, when I was initially picking it between 10, the chances I picked the correct one, 1 out of 10, not very good. Like, a 10% chance I got it right? Absolutely the fuck not. Like, of course I most likely picked the wrong one. So, of course, at that point, you should switch, knowing that the whole deal is that it purposely left between the 2 closed doors. One of them was the correct one. It's like, yeah, I probably picked wrong. Of course I need to switch. You do it with 100 doors. Of course I didn't pick the right one. You're going to tell me it's either the one I already picked or that one, that number 37 that's still closed? It's absolutely in 37. Fuck you, I should switch. I don't know why when it's only 3 doors, my brain is like, no. Don't.
Well, I mean, and that's how casinos get you.
Yeah.
Because they want to work on that margin where, it's the brain being tricked that, like, oh, gas is only, $4.10.99. It's that 99 cent, that 99 hundredths of a cent that they add on there.
Yeah.
Just because it feels like a smaller number.
Absolutely. And Metric, so asking if I had picked the correct door in the game initially, what would happen? I had that thought this morning. We're absolutely starting the next stream with me going, hey, we're going into this room and I'm picking door number 3 real quick because I just want it. Because now that we know it's number 3, I want to see, like, which other one it leaves closed. Like, what does it do? Does it still present me with the thing? Do I end up with a different ending? Is it like, oh shit, you knew? Like, just because of the premise of this game, I do wonder if something different happens. There's not another branch on the flowchart, but I'm very curious, So
are you suggesting that no matter what door you pick, they always make the correct door a different number regardless?
Well, that's the thing, is I'm wondering about that. So, like, the first time I did it, I picked door number 9, and so it left 3 and 9 closed. So it was like, do you want to switch or do you want to stay? And I was like, I'm staying because I'm just mad on principle. And it opened and it was in 3. So then the next time I went into that flowchart to make that the correct ending happen and to be able to continue the flowchart, I picked like 7 because I was very curious if it just picked a different one every time. So I picked 7 and it left 3 closed again. So it was between 3 or 7. So I switched and the thing was in 3. So I'm like, clearly, it feels like it's programmed in to be 3. It feels like that's what's programmed in. So I'm very curious, if I choose 3 from the outset, what happens? Because this game is like the whole... I don't know if you've watched any of the Nonary games that I've played. It's okay if you haven't. I don't blame you. But...
I'll plead the fifth.
Okay, that's fine. So the whole premise of this entire series is the idea of, like, some people can be aware of, effectively, the multiple timelines that exist at any decision point. So, like, a decision point happens. I have to pick which locker has the thing that will make me not die in it. Okay. And there is a history, there is a potential, there is a timeline that happens from that moment if I make the correct choice, where I get to continue living and I learn things from that. And then there are all of the timelines in which, it's very, like Ocarina of Time, where it's like, did the hero fall or did the hero defeat Ganon? It's like that kind of thing. It's like, here's the timelines that happen from those things. So these games have these giant flowcharts you can actually see in between endings that are like, hey, at each of these decision points, there were 2 outcomes. There was the good one where you lived, and every other choice you made resulted in death. So, like, and then, like, for all the good ones where you lived, you gain more information. And so the idea is that there's some people who can kind of be aware of these things. So this entire game is this whole flowchart idea of, like, cool, I went here and I made this choice. I got an ending, and even if it was the good one, I might still need information that comes from the bad one, so I still have to, like, okay, cool, we got to an end, I save, it brings me back to the flowchart, alright, go back to the same point, make literally any other choice, and see what happens. It's actually, like, a really neat mechanic. I really do like it, even if the idea of somebody being aware of having already experienced those other histories is kind of fucking buck wild bullshit. But I like it as a game mechanic, so.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been very neat. The third one, because I'm on the third one, it's a trilogy, I'm on the third one. This one's fucking buck wild, because the other ones were like, here's a flowchart, you start at the beginning and you go to the end. This one is doing a weird thing where I'm picking, like, thumbnails from, like, what amounts to, like, a bulletin board of, like, here's a picture, here's just a snapshot of something that's happening here. You don't know where it falls in the timeline. And you're following different people the whole time. So, like, I have a notebook for this one where it's like, hey, I'm following this person and I'm picking this picture. Okay, we're in this room. Here's what happened, and at some point, like, all the characters have watches on them, and at some point, someone will look at their watch. I'm like, okay, cool. It says the time, because it's doing everything in military time. I'm like, it's 1810 right now. I'm like, okay, cool. I will write that down. This is what's happening at 1810. Oh, this one's at, just, like, 0010. I'm like, okay, this is after midnight. This is after the thing I just did. So I'm having to actually piece together some of the timeline myself. It's fucking wild.
Are you enjoying something like that, where you have to piece together the timeline?
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying the piecing together the timeline. I'm not enjoying some of the other bullshit that's happening, but I'm enjoying, like, as soon as it was like, oh yeah, you're doing things out of order, I was like, fuck yes, I have multiple pages in a notebook already, and I've, like, already come up with, like, a methodology of how I'm gonna figure this shit out. And now that I got to the end of, like, one particular branch, apparently, it's like, oh, you can look at the global flowchart. I was like, absolutely the fuck not. I'm doing this how you intended. I'm doing it in whatever fucking order happens. I'm making notes, and then we'll see how correct I was when it's all done.
So if you like that, I have a recommendation for a game. We'll talk offline.
Okay.
But that's good to know that you like a game like that. 'Cause I think I have something that you may be interested in. But based on how Persona 4 went, I am hesitant to recommend another game.
Yeah, at least when you were like, we should play Persona 5, we all knew exactly what was fucking happening here.
Yeah.
Metric asking if I'm going to be grabbing Raincoat this summer. It is on my list to keep an eye on, for sure. I still have 12 minutes in my library that I need to do, because I've heard that's some time loopy bullshit, and I really want to play that at some point. Yeah, so. Anyways, James, I'm so excited. I've marked most things off of my list that I had. Do you have anything before we get into the elephant in the room?
Yes, I do have one thing, and I was going to segue it from how you were talking about how you were just angry on principle and not following the Monty Hall. You know who was angry on principle recently, Jen? My masseuse that when I went to get a massage this weekend because my back has been hurting.
I got a massage this morning. I feel you.
Yeah. Pun intended.
Yay!
So, just as like a bit of setup for like those who don't like know me in person, one thing that I think is like strength of mine is I think I'm a very empathic person, and I can tell when someone is like just like off their mood, like either exuberant or on the other side of the spectrum, just like based on body language. Like I pick up on body language, tone of voice, or even like if I give someone a hug, I could tell like if something's missing there. So like I'm I'm empathic in that way. I say that because when I went to get this massage from the masseuse, it felt like she was angry.
She was trying to work through some things.
She was working through some things, and it's not the knots in my back. It was like she like I felt the negative energy, and like I hate how that sounds, but like I could just feel her anger as she was working out of my knots. And
did it feel like a Tuesday? Maybe like a 3 or a 4?
Oh man, like these knots are just coming back in my back just from the stress and anger that I'm feeling right now. But like it was at that point where the best way I could describe it, because it was like I asked for deep tissue. This was like on the threshold of like it still feels good, but like anything more and it would have like hit that like, okay, I'm uncomfortable now. Like she was like on the cusp of that, so very good at what she was doing to know like that was where my line was. But like it felt like it was an angry 50-minute massage. It was angry from beginning to end. There was no like, hey, is this pressure good for you? Like, no, it was just like immediately went to it. I imagine like any Russian coach in any sport, just like no small talk before. It's just immediately like, all right, let's get this over with. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I had a massage today, and it's always funny. Cause like I try to go to the same person, but like I probably do a massage like maybe like once a quarter. And I feel like if I did it more often, maybe I wouldn't have as much of a problem. But like then I'm like money and time and all of that. So it's like I'm there enough that the salon knows me, but not enough that the particular masseuse like was like, oh, yes, you. So it was like, she's like, is there anything we need to like focus on? And so every time I'm like, I work in a number of jobs that have a lot of repetitive arm and shoulder motion. So it's like my shoulders, like the entire outline of my shoulder blade, like all the way through the actual shoulder joint, all the way around through my back. There's just ping pong balls that live under there. And she always laughs. And then she starts the massage, and without fail, every time when I feel like she starts getting them and I feel like the popping happen, like as she's like going over them and they're shifting like to the other side of her pressure, every time without fail, I hear her go very quietly, holy shit. And it makes me laugh every time. And I'm like, someday she's gonna remember, oh, the girl with the ping pong balls, because I make that comment and she's like, oh, funny. And then she gets there and she's like, oh, you were serious.
Yeah, that was the less successful mystery novels before the girl with the dragon tattoo was the woman with the ping pong balls.
I like that joke. I went with I should be on the front of the Rice Krispies box with all the crunching that happened today.
Is that your goddess's portfolio? Is ping pong balls and
yes.
tension in the back?
Let me send a message to D'Angelo real quick.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I guess the last thing on my list, and then we can get to Elephant in Room.
Perfect.
I love music theory. It's something I'm very side passion about, especially for video game music. Just seeing the way the composers will mix motifs in to really elicit emotional responses to games in specific moments. So I like to follow a lot of YouTubers who talk about music theory, like 8-Bit Theory, which I've posted a lot of his stuff in your Discord. Alex M does a lot of great music theory deep dives into songs. So my algorithm in YouTube has, occasionally shows that. And there was this one that came up as music instructor talks Persona music. I'm like, oh, these are some of my favorite words. So I click on it, and it was music teacher reacts to Persona music. And it's like, okay, we're going through Persona 4. I love Persona 4 soundtrack. I can't wait to see what kind of nuance he can add from, just trying to triangulate what other people have done. And the video was just him listening to it on camera and just kind of bobbing, I'm really feeling that. And then he goes to the next song. There was no commentary. It was just him literally reacting to listening to it.
Oh my god.
And then I looked at the view count and the likes, and there are a lot of people watching this. And to each their own, but I'm like, where's the content, Jen? Where's the value add?
It fucking drives me crazy. There are a number of people who have a ton of success as content creators that have absolutely earned it and deserved it. And then there's some people that I'm like, I don't understand how you've gotten here. Cause it's just like that. There's nothing happening. There's nothing happening. It's just they're on the screen while the other thing is going on. And they've added nothing to it. People are like, fuck yeah, this is great. And I'm like, what am I missing?
I wish I was recording myself reacting to his reactions, because the first song I'm thinking okay, maybe it's he listens to the whole song and then kind of Alex
and then goes back, yeah.
Yeah, he'll go back and then goes to the next song. It's okay, well maybe he okay. I gave it one more song, and then this was a 2-hour long video, and I was 7 minutes in, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start skipping around randomly. No, it's just various versions of him just bobbing his head or just making facial reactions oh yeah, this is good, and nothing else, nothing about the key it's in or use of Phlegraean minor keys or anything tonics or anything. Okay, I'm very sad now.
I'm very sorry. Before we get to the elephant in the room, because I was so busy cleaning up the drink that I spilled, I didn't go to the little girl's room. So I need to do that. Do you need a break, or do you want to talk to people?
I can talk and vamp.
Okay, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Have fun.
Right. Chloe, what are you currently playing? And I guess everyone, what are you currently playing when you're not here watching Jen's wonderful streams? While you're taking time to respond. I am almost done with Elden Ring. I beat Millennia last night, and it took a millennia to beat her. But my goal is to beat Elden Ring before Fire Emblem Engage came out. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but I feel like I accomplished something by beating Millennia, so I'm very close to the end of the game. It was a wild ride, but I hope everyone is enjoying some games as well. I see Final Fantasy XIV. That is always a popular choice. More Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, SMT5. Oh, way to go. I enjoyed SMT5. Let me... how far are you in SMT5, if you don't mind my asking? Flashfire, Halo, or Dishonored? Banana's playing Ori and the Blind Forest. Ashley is playing the Game of Life called Grad School Edition. I think that's the DLC. Carl's doing yarn research. Ashley's in Stardew, Asuelio, some more Final Fantasy XIV. Leo is playing Fallout 4 right now. Which faction are you doing for Fallout 4? Which flavored ending are you going for? Brian's doing third pass, trying to do all the endings. What was your first pass? I'm a law guy. I like law, even though it's sometimes poorly portrayed in SMT games, but my default is to go with law. Isuelio picked up 14 around Christmas, but yes. Flashfire, I've been thinking about Final Fantasy 13. Ooh. The precursor to 14, which the mechanics and nothing else are similar, because 14 is on an island of its own.
Without knowing anything about SMT, hearing you say, I go for law, I'm like, yeah, of course you do. Like, I have no context for what that actually means, but I was like, yeah, that fucking tracks. So, take that how you will. But I was like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. I'm very. I am the lawful good corner of the D&D chart.
Yeah.
Just like no one can out-adult me here in chat right now, no one can out-lawful good me on the D&D.
This is very accurate.
Alignment chart, which inadvertently is a terrible segue into the elephant in the room, Jen.
That's okay. Ryuji's asking me if I want to do it together, so. I lean closer to the microphone like you live in there.
Hey, Carl, buddy Duddy, I said I'm lawful good. I'm not lawful nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go study with Ryuji. I feel like I just need to do a bunch of studying, and that'll also probably be better for our relationship. Anyways, elephant in the room, OGL. Fuck it, let's get into it.
Always go live.
Yes. That would be the AGL, but...
No, not my spelling. Not my spelling.
All right.
Statistician, not speller.
Chat. This is my official request. Chat. I need you to be a favor. For the rest of eternity, whenever somebody types the word always, please spell it with an O instead of an A at the front.
Thank you.
Please do that. Official request. Anyways, OGL. So for anybody who has managed, like, if you're not at a tabletop games, you have no idea what we're talking about, and that's okay. And I feel like you're like, ew, I don't want to talk about tabletop stuff. It is based around the tabletop, like, industry. It is not, like, just for D&D nerds. So, background, OGL stands for Open Gaming License. And it is the document that was the legal framework for Wizards of the Coast being like, hey, third-party content creators, you're allowed to use our IP of Dungeons and Dragons in the things you create within these rules. Is pretty much the short version of what that is. And it was like a 5-page document. Like, it was pretty short. It was like, here's all the stuff that's covered. Go ham. And I think the important thing to note about it, other than the fact that it existed, I think they first implemented it about like 20 some years ago for 3rd edition. And the whole point of it was not just permission to do these things, but was like, it was encouragement to do so. With the idea being that Wizards could not keep up on producing content at the speed at which people who were partaking in the D&D ecosystem, like, they were going through stuff faster than Wizards could produce it. Because of, like, their overhead costs for paying writers and artists and, like, all of the other things with it. And so it was,
Jen, you know something about publishing books, don't you?
I do! A little bit. Again, like, I want to say against my will, but not a thing I thought I was going to know a lot about. That's for sure. So it was, like, rather than us trying to keep up on it and failing, because, like, their options, like, they needed to be able to do it. They needed to be able to do it in a way that was profitable, so their choices were, to do it less often, which was not feeding the ecosystem the way that, like, players and participants in it wanted and your customer base wanted. And so they were starting to, like, bleed people off going to other things. Or they needed to be able to reduce the cost by like reducing the quality of it, and then people were like shitting on it and not participating in it and buying it because they're like, this sucks. So it's like, okay, cool. If we make our business model the idea that we make like the big things and we give all these smaller creators who's like just like a dude in Oklahoma wants to write a one shot, he writes that, he can put it out there. We've given him permission to do so, and that can potentially like drive people back to the base thing that we make. That works for everybody, is we get the benefit of the thing without having to invest in the thing. And so that was something they started doing during the 3rd edition. And then they looked at it and went, oh, there's like a lot of people who are actually making some money off this. We should not let them do that anymore. So then 4th edition, they didn't revoke the OGL, but they made the, like, that's a lot of the reason why so many things in 4th edition are so different from what's in 3rd and what's in 5th, is they wrote things specifically so they wouldn't be covered by the OGL. And that's why 4th edition is, 1, so rough, and 2, has such little support, is because they were like, we need to eat on this pie, and people were like, well, no, I can't do anything with this because you've put so many restrictions on it, because they tried to put it under a different license, and I don't remember exactly what it was called off the top of my head, but it was essentially not covered under the OGL. And so that's part of why Pathfinder became a thing and like became their biggest competitor, is Pathfinder was the answer to the OGL effectively being rendered null and void when 4th edition came out. And then Wizards went, whoa, we fucked up! Oh, 5th edition, yes, you can have the OGL back. Here you go. Yes?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that Wizards of the Coast wanted to make sure that no one else profited off of D&D by just making a completely terrible system of rules in 4th edition. And they succeeded.
I mean, yes, very much so. So that's kind of the general thing of like the history of what OGL meant and how it has gotten to this point. I'm just now catching up on chat, spending always with the O, and I hate the way it looks. I also like that Chloe didn't initially think there was anything wrong with what you said. So that's very good. So anyways, now that Wizards is talking about doing a 6th edition, what they're calling D&D 1, which I think is fucking stupid, but that's a different rant. They're like, we need to update the OGL. And first of all, rather than waiting till the new edition to do it, they were just like, let's just do it right now. And their update to the open gaming licenses was to put a bunch of restrictions on things. In a way that was like, so this 5-page document to like a 20-page document, and included like back licensing. So like the idea of like, if I produce a D&D related thing using the OGL, the way it was written in legalese was that they could just be like, we like that, it's mine now. And they could just take it and they could then publish it and produce it with no need to even credit me, much less give me any kind of payment for it. It was full of all kinds of shit like that. And so people got upset. So is there anything you'd like to add up to this point, James?
Yeah, I would say, like, I mean, we can get into the nuance because you know, when it came out or the leak happened, admittedly a lot of the things went over my head, so I did what anyone should do and do some research just to like get up to date on terms and like what the actual what the actual legalese meant versus what the internet narrative is. Which isn't to say that the internet was wrong, but I think it just helps having like some perspective of the legalese. And like the important thing, like I followed and read several articles and listened to statements from lawyers who also like D&D, and I think one of the important things to keep in mind during all of this is the difference between copyright and trademark.
Yes.
So the reason like Pathfinder can exist today is that D&D has a trademark on the rule book as it stands today. So that trademark can't be on like the actual it can't be on the actual rules themselves, but they can trademark the way the rules are presented in their book. So Pathfinder gets away by like, oh, it's not Melf's acid arrow, it's just called acid arrow. You know, you can't trademark that. You can copyright things which are like creative things, like Strahd, or like specific campaigns like Tomb of Annihilation. You can copyright those names. You can copyright the name D&D. You can copyright the way that D&D looks as a font. So that's where like a lot of the gray area of the OGL is coming in. So like, you know, at what part of creators are fair use and what
Seems
part of it is
pretty
actually
rough.
infringing upon what is copyrighted material from D&D, because I don't think that the trademark issue is coming in that they're repurposing rules, because that would be a trademark violation, but it's the copyright violations that I think got a lot of people upset in the 20-page OGL, which is totally just a draft and, you know, in full legalese and totally not a thing that they were trying to pull. But yeah, I think that's like a very important distinction to make when you're like reading any discourse about the OGL conversation, that it's the copyright part
shall we begin?
of the OGL that a lot of people are chafing against, not so much the trademark quote unquote trademark violation.
Yeah, it was a lot of the way it was written. I think the biggest fears were, one, somebody could write something and could just take it and be like, this is mine now. And because of the way it was written, it was very much implying it's like, okay, virtual tabletop programs are not going to be able to use this anymore. And like the way it was written was also like it felt like the intention was to somehow like deauthorize the original version. So that way, like anything that had already been sold under the original OGL, like they can't like claim like back royalties on it. But the way it was phrased is, even if I wrote a thing under OGL 1.0 and I had published it, once this new one went into effect, the OGL I wrote it under was no longer valid, so I couldn't continue to sell the thing I had already like made. That was the other problem.
So that would actually, I'm not a lawyer, but that would 100% violate ex post facto laws.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there was a whole bunch, but there's also the idea, like, here's the other thing, is the other reason people kind of got like all upset about it is the idea of like, it doesn't matter if they can technically do it or not. What they're doing is going after a bunch of people that are just like the person in Oklahoma writing a thing. They don't have a lawyer that can fight Hasbro lawyers. So like, it doesn't matter if it's even technically legally correct. Who can fight it? They can say whatever the fuck they want. Nobody has the resources to go up against that kind of company. It was the kind of other big problem with it. So the draft came out that was just, quote unquote, a draft that definitely already had dates in it. And people got upset. And as I feel like they rightfully should have, because also like the things that are covered under the OGL and how the new version was written, I name my dice sets after spells. I couldn't do that anymore. Mm-hmm. I couldn't even do that. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to rename all my dice sets. Fuck me, I guess. Which is like not the worst thing, but it's also like that's how far-reaching it kind of was, or at least the implication was. Whether they legally could or not is a completely separate issue. But to me, the way the OGL updates read before they put out their shitty statement last week, which I'm sure we'll get to, was like, there's dudes looking at a spreadsheet and went, here's the money we make, which is something to the tune of like $300 million. Was one of the articles I read. It's like D&D does like $300 million for Wizards. It's like, here's how much we get for this. And please don't super quote me on that, because I'm going off of what is now 2 or 3 week old knowledge, because this has been on my list for like fucking forever now to talk about. So it's like, this is a whole bunch of money. And it's like, here's all of the money that third-party creators are getting. We need in on that. Without the context of the fact that whatever that third-party number is spread across easily hundreds of creators. It's like, yeah, it's a bunch of third-party stuff, but it's also like this dude who wrote a one-shot that he's made like $40 off of it. And this person who wrote this, like, short camp, like, 3-session module, he's cumulatively maybe made $100. And it's like, he did it for much cheaper than Wizards is going to be able to. It's like everybody who was part of the company when they had the 4th edition fuck up is not there anymore. And nobody knows how to Google. So they're making the exact same mistake all over again. Being like, oh, that's a bunch of money over there happening. We should get in on that, without recognizing the context for that money only exists because those people don't have the overhead that Wizards does. And it's like, are you going to put out a new one-shot every week? Of course you're not. So you can't reasonably get into that pie. And I feel like somebody who's looking at a spreadsheet that's just numbers with no context for those numbers, it's like, we need in on this, so we need to clamp down on it. And I saw a lot of people pointing at the royalty structure that was in it as both, one, evidence that it was for the money, and two, as a thing of being like, everyone needs to calm down, this doesn't apply to the vast majority of you anyways. And I felt like both sides of that argument were missing the ultimate point of it. And I think that's what made me so frustrating, because I'm also not like a voice in that area, that social media circle, that industry, to be able to be like, hey, I need to point out both of you are wrong, but for like opposite reasons. Because there was one person who went and did the math of like, cool, every creator that's got like public numbers of like Kickstarters and stuff they did over like 2022 and whatever, that would be like everybody who published a thing that would have been subject to the royalty structure of like, if you make over 750,000, then you've got to do a 25% royalty. Like every publicly available number for everyone who would hit that threshold, that is a cumulative 700,000 to Wizards of all those royalties that need to be paid. 700,000 sounds like a lot of money, unless you're looking at the fact that their revenue for 2022 was 300 million. 700,000 doesn't fucking matter. So it's like, it's not directly about the money of getting that money from those creators. It is, and that is where that number is starting for that threshold of 750. They can easily drop that whenever the fuck they want to a much lower thing. But it's like, okay, it's clearly not about the direct money. So now you're looking at like the indirect money, and the idea being like, we're trying to make it so other people can't do the thing, so that way we can get the money from doing the thing. But they can't do the thing because of the overhead reasons, so they're not going to. So now the whole thing dies. And I saw one person on social media at one point say this sentence, and I was like, this is what feels the most accurate, is that the biggest competition that Wizards has for one D&D is 5th edition. They are their own biggest competition. It behooves them to kill 5th edition to push 1D&D. It absolutely does. And it's like, this is a very good mechanism for doing that. Is to be like, cool, third-party creators can't reasonably do third-party creation anymore. We're going to make it so impossible to navigate and to do within the framework that we are presenting that it dies, so people have to go to 1D&D.
You know, Pathfinder 2 2nd edition is pretty fun. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Oh, it's Thumb Guy. I just realized I'm in exams. I'm like, I'm gonna have to pay attention to this. So if you have things you want to add, I did a lot of talking. If you have things you want to add, you can do that while I start doing exams. But
sure, do your exams and enjoy the. You know what? You should have a reaction video to this nice little bass riff that's going on during the exams.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, just do that for 2 hours, and you'll be a YouTube superstar.
Ooh, we can do this.
Oh, the cat's helping me cheat.
So, this in no way is a joke. This is an actual serious thing. So, because of everything that's going on with Wizards of the Coast, my Friday DM was looking for maybe other game systems to play a tabletop RPG. So, like, I think there's a space-based mechanic rules out there. And he was looking for suggestions, and I unironically suggested Vampire the Masquerade because of course I did. And my Friday crew are seriously considering it. So I actually might get to play tabletop version of Vampire the Masquerade on Fridays.
Nice.
If we drop D&D, and I'm really, like, unironically, I'm really excited for it. I know I make the joke Pathos and I make the joke all the time, but to actually play the tabletop version, which I've done one time, and had a tremendous amount of fun of it, with it. The idea of being able to do it again with a group of people who have yet to experience it is just, I'm getting giddy just thinking about it.
That's awesome. No, it's been really interesting because it's like, I'm excited that a lot of indie games are getting more, the indie games and like other like non-D&D things are getting a lot of attention. I do think it's interesting that the whole push was like, fuck Wizards, support third-party creators. But third-party creators who make stuff for D&D are getting left behind as a result. People are like, everyone get away from D&D, and it's like, no, not quite. It's just stop giving Wizards money. Like, cancel the D&D Beyond descriptions, and like, don't buy more of their like the first-party stuff, but like, go support the third-party creators who are making those modules and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, that's a whole thing, but I do like that like other stuff is getting more attention. Like, I think that is a good side to it.
Yeah, stop giving your money to Wizards, give your money to me, and what I'll do is I'll make a video for you of like whatever idea you have for a game. I will just nod to the camera and go, yeah, that's nice. And I will happily take your money for that.
The other thing I think has been interesting is I refuse to engage in any of these conversations on social media because I know I'm going to attract the wrong kinds of people. I like that other systems are getting more attention and that other games and whatnot are getting more attention. But there's also been a lot of people who's like, see, it's like you gotta branch out from D&D. Like, there are plenty of other systems that are better and whatever. And it's like, I think everybody should try other systems. Right now, it's like, I play D&D a lot because that is so far the system I like the most. And yes, I have homebrewed the fuck out of some parts of it, so people are like, well, you're not really playing D&D anymore. That's fine. Sure, I've made my own system. Fuck you, I guess. It's still a better base for me to make my own shit. Like, I hate the Powered by the Apocalypse system. I fucking hate it. I don't like that. I think the Kids on Bikes is... I like the idea of it, but there's still something about the execution of it that, like, I just doesn't jive with how I look at games. I will say the original Cortex system, that is the closest I've ever gotten to liking another system outside of D&D. The original Cortex system is good. The Cortex 2.0 started getting a little bit wibbly-wobbly, and I was like, I don't like this one as much. But, like, the idea of having, like, you pick personality traits that end up having mechanical things. It's like the ideals and whatever that you can choose when you're making a D&D character. It's like, here's my ideals and my background, and it's like, and it doesn't really do a lot. It does in the original Cortex system. And I was like, yes, give me more of that.
So, what I'm hearing, Jen,
I'm afraid you're about to say is I need to play Vampire the Masquerade.
I have not prepped him for this, but if Pathos were to volunteer to be our storyteller, maybe like a mod plays Vampire the Masquerade?
Here's my problem. Here's my issue. Is much like the Monty Hall problem. You two have been harping on Vampire the Masquerade for so long, and like it became such a meme thing that was also one of those things that I was like, this isn't funny anymore. I'm just like irritated about it now, that even if I might legitimately like this series, I feel like I can't. Because at this point, I'm just like, every time one of you says it, there's a feeling somewhere deep inside me that I can't explain that's not positive.
And it turns into a ping pong ball in your back.
Yes. So I'm just like, at this point, it might be the answer to all of my tabletop playing prayers, and I will never know because I can't at this point.
That's fair. One thing I would like to say, Asuelio said, James, I will give you money to do voices instead. So that brought back very painful flashbacks. And fun fact, if you go follow Connor right now on Twitter, he's actually having flight problems right now.
Oh no!
Because I saw that today. I thought about making a pithy comment, and then I just got angry. And now the idea of money for voices is just dredging up old memories that I'm definitely not bitter about to this day. And I wish Connor the best in all of his flight issues.
I gotta look it up now. I gotta look it up. I gotta look through his Twitter. How's he doing? Oh gosh.
I know it's Whaley. I know exactly what you meant, and I am deeply appreciative of our Stardew time and you being my patron.
Oh, he got a new one. He got a new incident on his bingo card that he's never had before. The de-icing truck nozzle hit the plane.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. He's in Helsinki right now. There are worse places I feel like to be stranded. Missed his connection. Second flight is also delayed. Oh, woof. Oh, again, Connor.
I felt like, and to this day, it felt like my statement was not out of line given the data that we have.
He is the most cursed travel person I've ever met. So, you weren't wrong.
I worked really hard for those bits.
You really did. You worked very hard. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, good. Well, I got sparkles.
Yeah,
right.
I'm glad that we did this exam in real time.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if you have anything more to add to OGL stuff before I continue.
No, I think you've made excellent points, and the only thing I could recommend is
Let's get started.
And I know we say this a lot, and things you should do try to educate before joining the discourse, and just spreading misinformation or bad takes. I mean, there are certainly some bad things in the OGL or things to be concerned about.
Yeah.
But really, if I was able to find time in my adult life to take just 30 minutes to make sure I understood the terms, difference between trademark and copyright and how to apply it, and informed opinions on it from multiple sources, and then trying to triangulate what is actually going on, I recommend that the most. So just be aware of what's going on, and then as more information comes out, you'll have an informed opinion out there. And that's just not just for OGL, but just in things in general. Just try to take a little bit of time, do a little bit of cursory research. It goes a long way.
I think the other thing that's worth saying, so they had their PR statement last week, which I need to point out, I'm saying it that way on purpose. It was a PR statement. And then there was another one today. That is a PR statement. Is try to educate yourself on it. There's a lot of people that are pulling together a lot of really good information on the original OGL and the things that have come out recently, and the new drafts. And there are people who are leaking things to, there are trusted sources that are leaking things to the major influencers in the space. And it's take everything with a grain of salt, including what is happening in the leaks, but also what is coming from Wizards in these statements. So if you are on team fuck Wizards and canceling D&D Beyond subscriptions, not paying money to see the new D&D movie, any of those things, keep doing those things. So be like, oh, well, they said they're not going to do the thing anymore. They're going to revise it and it's going to be better. Don't money is the language that they speak. So if you're until they actually are here's the released version of the thing, don't believe anything that gets said there. But also hey, a lot of the people you have access to because of social media, whatever, or through whatever means you go dig out. It's these are also just people. Don't be fucking unhinged and express your displeasure without threats of violence.
Yes.
I hate that needs to be said, but we're there, so
In general, just do not throw money at wizards
Yes.
of the coast or Hogwarts wizards. Don't.
Yeah. No wizards.
No wizards. No wizards. Sorry,
Poor
Ashley,
Gwen.
You have to stop your fan fiction. No more wizards.
Oh, goodness.
Sorcerers are fine.
Yeah,
Wizard.
apparently. So Hammond is good.
Hammond's
fine.
good.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I feel like the thing that got released today is what should have been released last week.
Oh, you mean we rolled in that one?
Oh my god. fuck the thing they released last week. This one was better, but it's still, like, they're clearly still in damage control mode. Like, I believe, like, right now they are trying to rescue their money and rescue the image they have to their shareholders. If one of the other things I found is to be believed, where there was somebody who was releasing information that was apparently in some of the shareholder meetings, allegedly, some of the conversation of updating the OGL to restrict, like, to get Hasbro and Wizards more of the money that was happening that is currently happening in third-party spheres, was the idea that allegedly, someone in one of the shareholder meetings that, like, actually has what is considered a significant share raised the concern that Wizards is actually responsible for most of the money that Hasbro makes, and was like, you should split, and was like insisting that Wizards be split off separately from Hasbro. And all of this is in response to Hasbro being like, we can't let that go. And so being like, no, like, they need us, like, to make the money, like, they absolutely need us. And so that's part of why the movie's being pushed and why they're updating OGL. So, like, here's things that Hasbro is doing that is bringing more money into Wizards. So if the things that Hasbro is pushing fails, it forces them to actually have to put that to, like, a shareholder vote on whether those remain the same thing or not. Allegedly. So I think that's very interesting.
So what I'm also hearing is stop buying Hasbro products like Mousetrap and Guess Who.
Yeah.
And
just, like, fuck Hasbro entirely. So yeah, it was a very interesting thing that I had found where somebody was talking about, like, yeah, the shareholders do not understand D&D, but they understand movies. And it's like, they know that for Hasbro, the Transformer movies and things like that have been where a lot of Hasbro has gotten their money. So it's like, oh, they're doing a movie of this particular thing, that must be good. So the thing must generate money. That's the connection apparently a lot of them are drawing, allegedly. So now that things are all over all kinds of news sites that investors pay attention to, that they fucked with D&D, and all the people giving the money are like, cool, fuck you, I'm not anymore. That's a problem, but it's also why boycotting, like, the movie is going to, like, the D&D subscriptions canceling. In theory, allegedly, I saw that maybe like 40,000 subs have been canceled. That's a lot. If that's true, that would be fucking buck wild. But it's like, that sent an immediate message, but if this movie bombs, that's gonna, like, absolutely red flag to all these people who hold the purse strings. So it's like, man, don't pay money to see that fucking movie. If you really want to watch it, fucking pirate it. Do it. I'm saying it. I probably shouldn't say that. I'm gonna put a marker there to cut that out of the VOD. But, like, if you want to...
That was said ironically.
It was said ironically. Like, the overall thing still stands. Don't pay money to see that movie. Don't do it. Because that is what speaks to them.
And then when it bombs, get on Twitter to say, oh, no, we'll go see it now. Just re-release it. We'll go see it. and then don't go see it.
Yeah, exactly. Just make them waste more money on it. So they have to panic. Anyways, it's been a fucking whirlwind of things. So, yeah, don't give Wizards money. Support third-party creators, whether they're making D&D
Okay,
or other
well,
systems.
let's get started.
Oh, I forgot about this teacher.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, I vaguely remember this happening. This feels familiar.
Ooh, we can do this.
How do you know what I picked? Am I talking out loud? Are you reading my paper? What's fucking happening?
You're pulling a Ryuji and just saying your inner thoughts out
Ooh,
loud.
we can do this.
Oh shit, we're taking a test on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, our
I'm
percentage is
sure
going
it's funny.
down. It was like 6.1, now it's 5.9. That's 5.7. Oh no. Oh no. Is that bad? Is that actually bad? Does it matter? James, does it matter?
No, it's just more of a
Flavor thing?
Yeah, it's a flavor thing.
Okay,
just
cool.
like the anonymous lines that are below it.
Cool. Yeah, those have been fun. Those have been fun. Leah, thank you for the 100 bits! Oh, for the very informative convo. So OGL stuff is a very confusing thing. I'm glad that was helpful. I had dinner with Christian the other night because I hadn't seen him in like a month. And we're sitting there, and there's a brief moment of silence. He's like, "Can I ask you a question? And I mean this sincerely." He goes, he's like, "I just need a short version. I haven't been on the internet. What the fuck? Why is everyone upset at Wizards?" And I was like, okay. So I actually got to have, like, it was a practice time to come up with the most concise way of being like, here's the history, here's what's happening, here's why everybody's mad. So I was, like, very glad I got to have, like, a practice round. So it's like, this has been on my list to talk about during Persona, so I'm very glad we got to kind of do a dry run of this.
Perfect. Christian is good for that, like running ideas by.
Yeah.
Trying to be concise.
Okay. Am I done with exams? Oh,
Ever
this.
since that specific incident, many of you have voiced concerns that I could not bear to ignore.
See that? Make your voices heard, and the authorities need to react.
There we go. I feel like we haven't really seen him not standing behind something, and now that I get to fully see the rest of his body, this is a very oddly shaped man.
You know, he majored in sumo wrestling.
We believe the mental health of our student body is absolutely vital, so we've acquired the services of a therapist.
I don't like this because I know this is a game, so I'm a little bit worried.
The floor is
I'm
yours,
sure it'll be
Doctor.
fine.
Who's the doctor? Oh, they just got regular generic brown hair. I'm sure this is fine.
Isn't he hot?
No, oh my god, really? That's the first thing that gets said? Are you serious?
I mean, these are honest high school students, Jen.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you all.
Whoa, his voice is sexy.
You're in the front. You need to keep your voice down.
It's a problem at the school. People just can't keep their voices down.
Did you forget your name, sir?
My name is Takuto Maruki.
What the fuck just happened?
I think he's just fixing his
for
mic.
welcoming me to your school.
He didn't change anything about it, though. He didn't change the angle or the height of the stand, or he's not leaning closer. Nothing.
It was a stage manipulation.
I don't like that he's hiding his lanyard in his pocket. Like, he's wearing a lanyard for identification purposes, clearly, but has tucked it into the pocket.
Well, he's wearing a lab coat. He has to be trusted.
I have a lab coat. Do you just
I
trust me?
you. Yeah, of course I do.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my god!
No need to be formal with me, though. I'm just here to counsel anyone who's interested.
Did that really just happen?
You can even call me Doc if that would help you feel more comfortable. Any
no.
assistance you need, I'll be. Oh,
No. No, I don't.
You can't give yourself a nickname.
I guess I'm not really any good for helping with money problems.
Oh my god, someone take the microphone away from this man.
It's like he heard you. It's like look at that sumo technique.
He just like belly bumped him out of the way. Oh my god. Did he just go on to Fiverr and be like, I need a school therapist? And this dude answered? That's what it feels like.
Yo.
Oh no. Are we gonna talk loudly about the Phantom Thieves right here?
You beat me to it.
You ever expect this place to actually give a shit about our mental health?
Well, our school's made national news. Maybe they figured
Yeah,
they'd look even
speaking
worse
of
if they didn't do anything
institutions
for
doing
us.
damage control,
Yeah, no kidding. What I feel like, here's just my gut feeling, is no, I don't think they give a shit about the mental health. I feel like this dude may actually be a therapist, maybe actually be a counselor, but is definitely being paid by this principal to he's already made it clear he's trying to pressure the student council president to go fishing for information. This counselor's there is no confidentiality here. Anything that any student tells this man that might be interesting to the principal about what happened to Kamoshida is absolutely getting funneled to the principal. Absolutely. He will 100% tell him. That's my vibe.
all right.
But also, he's not going to be... Yeah.
Let's put it on the big board.
Put it on the big board. He's also not going to be good at it, and we're going to be able to tell immediately that's what he's doing. And I think at some point, not Kanji's going to call him out on it, and he's going to get very flustered. At least that second thing I said, that's what I hope happens. I don't know how much I feel like it actually will, but I want it to.
All right. We'll put it on the big board.
There we go.
I'm writing it on my super important
Dr.
post-it note
What's-his-name?
right here.
Maruki.
Yeah, wasn't that guy just basically clowning it up
Thank
on
you, Carl, for
stage?
finding games that we absolutely should not buy.
Betrayal at House on the Hill is I love it in principle, but every time I've played it has been so cursed. It is the soonest you could possibly trigger the haunt, it immediately fucking happens. Every time, the most recent time I played it, we didn't even get one full way around the table before it started. It was bad. It was very bad. Bop It. Yeah, nobody played Bop It. Oh, the clue
Bop
is
It.
Hasbro.
Twist it.
Fuck.
Turn it.
You really think he'll do us any good?
No, I don't.
Ryuji.
Oh, he's right there. Awkward.
I thought I heard my name.
Hey there.
Sakamoto-kun and Takamaki-san, right? And that must make you.
How does he know? That means there's mugshots of us in the principal's office.
Like at the grocery
Add
store,
more
do not
names.
take checks from this person.
Well, I was informed of certain students before beginning my tenure here.
Yeah, of course you did.
Those that had, previous interactions with Mr. Kamoshida.
Yeah, what descriptions have you been given of those previous interactions? That's what I want to know.
Well, they said they were blonde, and you're the only two blonde people here, so...
You know what? Also fair.
It must have been especially tough for you after having just transferred here.
Nope, don't say that last one. Why the fuck is that an option?
Maybe you're trying to trick him with teenage euphemisms.
I can definitely believe that.
So, what do you want with us?
Ah, yes, I'd forgotten.
Of course you did.
I know I already offered my services to the student body earlier, but would you three be interested
Would
in
you three
counseling?
specifically be interested in counseling?
I'm feeling real good about my earlier, of course he's fishing for information
Well,
prediction.
Look how happy
Nope,
his
not
sprite
at all.
is. That's a trustworthy smile.
Yeah.
Huh?
How's that surprising?
You were just a touch more emphatic about it than I'd expected. Ah, but if you come to my office, you can have free snacks.
All right, well, here's the
Oh.
problem, is Jen is down for free snacks.
Ooh, candy from a stranger. Oh boy.
He's not a stranger, he's a doctor wearing a lab coat.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just need to shock this person? Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
All right, good night, Metric. Yeah, we'll be wrapping up here soon, I think.
All you can eat.
All you can
Would be
eat
nice, but
snacks!
There's still plenty to be had. So,
I think we've solved
about
our
it?
mental health crisis with just more snacks. More free
Absolutely.
snacks.
This is why I have a problem with craving donuts.
What kind of snacks we like full bar Twix bars? None of those like full
Oh
size?
yeah, dude. Like the full size. If he's got full size Kit Kat bars in his office, I'm never leaving.
to be frank, I've been explicitly ordered to provide counseling to the students directly involved with Mr. Kamoshida.
That's not how counseling works, sir.
But maybe we need to ask our Japanese experts if that's how counseling works.
It's in the school's interests. For its students.
Yeah, no, the first part of your sentence is what it is.
Ah, the school's interest, huh?
I know that asking you to be open with a complete stranger like myself is a lot. Making this mandatory wouldn't do you any good either. Might as well turn it into a worthwhile experience.
With snacks.
With snacks.
I know. If you
It's a
attend my
relationship
counseling
with benefits.
sessions, I'll teach you different ways to improve your mental acuity.
Man, is there a mechanical reason to go talk to this fucker? God damn it.
Like ways
Do you
to
want me to
hone
be
your
honest, or do you
concentration
want to
before
hear the truth?
exams,
I-
or not getting nervous on dates.
Wait. I don't like those were two separate categories.
I'm lawful
that
good, Jen.
sound?
You know I can't lie.
Yeah. Mental training. If I make good use of this, may aid in our Phantom Thieves activities too. Don't.
Does that answer your question, Jen?
Yeah.
There's
I
also
got
snacks.
the thought bubble, so that's never a good sign for Jen the player.
All right. Enough with the snacks. So, which way are you leaning?
No harm in a little chat, as long as Ryuji's not there, because he's the one who can't keep his fucking mouth shut.
Maybe you do need to be
I
there to
guess
make
it'd
sure
just
he
be more
keeps his
trouble for
mouth
us if we
shut.
didn't go.
Yeah.
Really? Then I guess it's a deal.
Carl, stop.
I'll be in the nurse's office. Feel free to come by whenever it's convenient for you.
But I never went
Well,
there again.
We should get going.
Okay, I'll see you later. Thanks for taking my counseling into consideration.
Yeah,
Now that we
consideration.
have a deal, I promise I'll do my best to help you.
Sure you will. No, don't
Yes,
fucking do it.
yes,
No,
yes,
absolutely the fuck
yes.
not.
Yes.
No!
Oh, it gets better.
No, it can't!
Yes, it can.
No!
Would you like to hear the truth, or do you want me to be?
Shut up, James!
It's hard to believe an ordinary high school student could accomplish such grandiose heists.
I've watched a lot of Ocean's 11 on repeat.
One would need a heart of steel, unaffected by outside influences, and prepared to act without hesitating.
I can't believe you took a full hour to take your exam.
There
That
has
was-
to be someone who helped strengthen your mental state. Sound like
What was that
somebody
thing
you
about
know?
OGL too? You just kind of rambled on for a while.
My essay questions got real weird.
Give me a name.
This is the worst detective I've ever met. Because she was like, you must, like, originally, she's like, you're a minor, you must be living somewhere, an adult is helping you. It's like, you already are after my ass, you don't know where I live. You know what school I go to, you don't know there's a fucking counselor there. Like, what the fuck, lady? I feel like this is more evidence that this is not fully real. Because this is insane. This is insane. Anyways.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow.
I would like to just
It
point out,
shall
Jamf isn't
become the
here.
wings of rebellion
She gets
that
really
breaketh
annoyed at
thy
these.
chains
I
of
do not click
captivity.
through them. I hang on every single
With the
word.
birth of
Cool.
the
That doesn't
counselor
surprise me at
persona,
all.
I have obtained the winds of blessing.
Wait, the counselor persona, that's a thing?
So, I'm glad you asked this,
That's
Jen.
not
I
a
can't-
thing!
So, the fun fact with the counselor persona is that the standard tarot deck is French, but Spain and Italy have their own versions of the tarot deck. And in Italy, the magician, which is the number one, right after the fool, in Italian, it's translated as the counselor, and
got two L's in it.
it functions the same as the magician.
Interesting and weird. Carl,
If
what's
he-
happening? What? Carl, no, don't. Stop. Whatever you're doing, I immediately command you to cut it out. Anyways, what, James?
Yep. Yeah, so functionally, the counselor is the Italian version of the magician. So everything that you would take from the magician, like in its upright and inverted positions, like upright magician would be about understanding that you have the tools to succeed at your task, also fits in with the Italian version of the counselor, because that's what a counselor would do to the fool. It's the first person you meet on the fool's journey, and they help you realize that you have all of the tools necessary for your journey.
Everything you said was very educational. My brain stopped at the idea of the inverted magician because that just feels like some Ashley fanfic shit.
Yeah. You have to pay extra for that.
All right.
And you got to be really flexible, like ping pong ball back.
Yeah.
You might need a massage before.
Gwen does have a high dexterity. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, counselor has 2 L's in it, and I don't like that. Moving on.
So do you want to hear the part you're gonna hate the most?
Oh, good. I can't wait.
So you remember how in Persona
Sorry for
4
keeping
you
you like
needed to meet
this.
certain requirements
Well
to
then.
advance to the 3rd semester?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with like Marie's confidant, and you had to say the right things and all that jazz.
Uh-huh.
You need to max out Maruki's social link to get to the 3rd semester. So I'm just gonna put that on your radar now.
What
It is
does
a
that even
priority.
mean? What does that even mean?
It's a priority. If you want to see the 3rd part of the game that happens after Christmas, which is what Royal added to Persona 5, you need to complete his social link.
I'm very upset, James.
I know. I told you you weren't gonna. I told you it was gonna get worse.
I'm very,
and I don't lie.
like, super upset.
I promise I'll make it up to you somehow.
Carl, I'm with you.
Quiet down.
Okay, now we're at the point where I'm just waiting for a part where I can save.
Okay.
Oh, she has an addendum to the earlier assembly. Oh my gosh. Regarding the counseling you've all been offered, that offer has been rescinded. It was only for 3 students. It's already all been claimed.
Please do not take his time. His time is very precious and expensive. Just these 3 people. They know who they are. You're not one of them.
Oh, he'll only be here through November. Only through November? They're like, this shit was so bad, he's gonna be here for 6 months. Damn. Yeah, be sure to speak with him soon. It's 6 months. I mean, granted, Jen would be like, he's here for 6 months. I can wait. And then I would be like, oh, fuck, it's November. So fair.
Yeah. And then we have to start the game all over again.
Oh my god. For the majority of you, it's your choice whether you speak with him, but there are a few students I'll speak with later. Fuck that! Fuck that! Like, I know she's talking about us, but like the idea that she's just like, hey, most of you get to choose whether you speak to the counselor, but some of you are gonna be required. No, fuck all the way off. The school has decided visits to Dr. Maruki will be mandatory for these individuals. Fuck that to hell.
You know, my level of anxiety I had in school would be like if I were sitting in that class, even though I knew I did nothing wrong, I would be thinking, oh my god, is she talking about me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm the person, if I'm driving and I see a police car up the road, I immediately get like the sour feeling in my stomach going like, oh no, they're gonna pull me over. I'm fine. I'm fine.
They don't know what's in your trunk.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's like, I know I'm not doing anything, but immediately I'm like, I've done something wrong. This is going to be bad. They're looking for me. That doesn't make any sense, but.
You know, I feel the same way when I hear a car honking its horn. I immediately think I did something wrong
Yes.
to warrant a car to honk at me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bring like talking cat with you. That'll be good.
Yeah. It'd be like, wait, Maruki, you must be kidding. The cat's not talking.
You must be kidding me.
Yes.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, I love.
That left a taste.
I love how upset you are.
Welcome.
Boy, oh boy. Yes, now about time. I should he's by himself sitting here. Lord Meepington the Third. That's a great goddamn name. Welcome, thank you for the follow.
A long line of Lord Meepingtons.
Yeah. Oh boy. He stood up so weird. I don't know what was weird about it, but it felt awkward and I didn't like it. I also don't like that the camera's following someone who's not my character. Anyways, what?
Yeah, maybe he's a lizard in disguise. That's why.
That actually, I'd be okay with all this if it turns out he's a lizard person. I'd be like, you know what? Good play. Pathos says he stood up like a Skyrim NPC. That was absolutely what just happened.
Wait till you see his horse just climb a mountain.
Well, shall we begin?
Is he drinking a juice box? That's incredible. All right, this guy's growing on me.
Yeah. And he has good tea. That looks like a nice cup of tea.
Please tell me he does not store the snacks next to the absurd number of medicines that are in a high school nurse's office.
I hope not.
A doctor being like, hey, just relax. I was like, I instantly red flags. I don't like it.
Trust me, I'm a doctor. I have a lab coat.
Exactly. I'm hiding
my
I'm hiding my badge in my pocket.
Yep. Again, you beat me right to it.
Oh god. Goodness gracious. James, I'm actually really excited. I've marked off almost everything on my list, and I have 2 things that are completely unrelated to anything that's happening here, so, like, I'm chill holding on to them. So,
yeah.
I think this is the first time I've cleared off most of my list.
Yeah, like, the other thing that's on my list that was a late addition, what I texted you earlier, I think that would fit well with the other discussion that we need to have, but that is a longer subject than I think we have time for tonight.
Agreed.
So I will save mine for next week as well.
Yes. Good plan. I concur.
Good. I am glad there's concurrence.
I'm really glad they skipped through her talking about it directly. I'm sure, like, I filled in the gaps, so I don't need to go through the awkward experience of putting it on the screen.
We don't need to see Maruki level up his confidant level with On as well and hear Caroline, or is it Justine? I forget which one it is. The pleasant one's voice.
I think Justine is the pleasant one. I think Caroline or Caroline or whatever is the fucking angry one.
Is the literal bad cop.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, you're actually talking a lot, and I'm getting mildly uncomfortable with how much you're revealing to this person.
So, I'd like to imagine, like, we're gonna see Joker's face in the small window of the door, just looking at her like, no, stop it.
Now I'm very sad that's not happening. Oh, I just hit a button I didn't mean to on my stream deck, which was actually accidentally very appropriate.
Yeah, very appropriate. Chat, I can't wait for you to see it in time.
Whoops.
Right.
Okay, now it sounds like he's hitting on her, and I don't like it.
No, I'm sure all this. We need to talk with our Japanese experts. I'm sure this is very normal for counts.
Entirely possible. I'm really sad. Both my drink and my water cup are empty, and so I really want a save point.
You're almost there. I mean, this is the longest Friday the 13th ever.
Yeah. Oh god, I feel that. Which is funny, because last week there was a Friday the 13th, like, in real time.
Mm-hmm. Again, like, we're playing Persona in real time, everyone.
Yeah. Quite.
You're almost there.
It's like, it's so close, it's so close.
Yeah.
This is on my... Oh, Carl, is your birthday May 13th? That would be 2 days ahead of Jeff's. And Chloe's. Jeff and Chloe share a birthday. Fun fact.
Well, how about that? You know, if we put them in a room with 20 people, that's statistically normal. 21 is the magic
Be
number.
careful, okay?
If you get 21 random people together, there's a 50% chance that someone shares a birthday in that room.
Which is like, that is math I will never understand. Like, that sounds just insane. But it happens.
It happens.
Okay, I'm gonna get going.
I'm convinced that my stats professor in college looked ahead to make sure that there were 2 people in our class who had the same birthday before he dropped that stat on us.
Oh, Ashley.
No comment.
Oh, boy. All right. I don't know that I would call it an appointment.
Mandatory appointment.
Oh, she's here.
How are you?
I'm fine. Are you the counselor? Shut up. Leave me alone. Oh, if you're already here, I'll just fucking leave so I can save. Sure, that's right. Sounds great. Is that... you just asked me that question and I answered it, or why are you asking me again?
She's a year younger than you. She's a little slow on the uptake.
You know what? Fair. Oh, interesting. Okay. Why is her name like as a student called Yoshizawa? It's like, just give that, let that be her name on the thing.
Well, she hasn't introduced herself yet. It's polite, Jen.
It's not, you know, it's polite introducing yourself.
That's fair.
We're not acquainted. She's never introduced herself. I like that her shoes match her hair.
All right, then.
He's wearing sandals! I just noticed this doctor's wearing sandals!
He's a cool hip doctor.
Oh.
And not like a surgery musculoskeletal hip doctor. Like,
Good distinction. His pants are rolled up! He's rolled up his pants and he's wearing sandals. Is he wearing socks? Is he wearing socks?
I don't know, this is the kind of stream that we're trying to focus in on feet. Okay.
Right. Oh, God.
I don't think you were trying to be funny. I think
yeah, it was like super not being funny. I'm actually very upset. Is this On's tea or did you make me fresh tea? And is that your same juice box or is it a new one?
So let me ask you this, Jen. Given what we know about On and Kyoko's VA, do you want that to be On's tea? Or do you want that to be...
There's no safe answer here. I'm gonna go, no, that's weird and gross. And if I were to give a joke answer, that I won't even give in the joking, like an overly joking manner right now, Carl's gonna clip that shit. There's already a clip of me saying things from, I don't think it was the last one, I think it was the one before, I can't remember. I was like, no, I gotta be careful now.
Yeah, it's definitely not your text message notification.
Perfect, great, I love that so much. Maybe that's why I'm not touching the tea. It was just sitting out there.
Yeah. And it's like, no, this was On's tea. I know better.
For example...
God, I had Carl just being really excited about feet. I think we just learned something about Carl in the chat. I don't know what to do with that information.
What you do with that information is not judge. That's what you do, Jen.
Fair. Look, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yums. I just don't need to know what your tastes are. That's my general rule. You do you, but you keep it over there.
You could probably learn An's taste if you sip her tea.
Oh.
And call a doctor, Carl.
But not this one. Oh, banana, no. Kind of creeping me out here. No, the conversation that's happening in the meta. You're not responsible for that.
Prisman is just responding to everything that's happening around us.
Oh god, I
music
noted him.
That sounds like something that happened at band camp.
No.
You want to elaborate, Jen?
No, I don't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this conversation really did take on a life of its own. You have no idea, sir.
Say.
If only you knew.
Got one last request. Do you mind? I mean, would it matter if I did mind? Doesn't seem to.
No,
Oh, of course. Oh, I can be part of more trials. This is good. Let me go take mystery drugs, and then I'll come back over here for whatever you got going on.
Ooh. Are you taking any conflicting medication? Maybe?
Oh. Project to learn more about people's metaphorical hearts? Yikes! God, everybody knows everything.
how about it?
I will need more details. I already signed up for one sketchy trial without asking a lot of questions. I've learned from my mistake.
You know, she was wearing a lab coat too.
Exactly! Again with the snacks!
You know who wasn't wearing a lab coat? Kamoshida.
Oh, shit. That should have been our first clue. Why me?
Well...
Oh, he's gonna pay me for it. Oh, he's gonna cook up a
special regimen.
No, I don't like that. If someone with a lab coat is like, I can cook up a special regimen for you, I'm running away. But you have to be dedicated. This sounds like some Kamoshida bullshit, just saying.
Thank you.
No, it's okay. Again, he's wearing a lab coat. It's fine, Jen.
God. Oh, good. Our bond grew deeper already. Oh. That's good. I don't like that it's a gun. Because as we figured out before, they're not all guns.
Everything's not a gun.
This is a new version of like when all you've got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. There's a version for that, but for guns.
There you go. I mean, we are American.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. Adult man from the school asking for my information so he can text me. More red flags. Oh, and I just agreed to it like a dummy. Oh, shit.
Now.
But
we learned
yourself.
nothing.
You can detox yourself in combat now.
Oh, God.
All you need to do is just give him your phone number.
All right.
And you got some more SP.
My soda pop increased. Because he gave me snacks. He gave me a Coke.
He gave you a Coke.
He gave me a Coke to go with my Mentos.
There you go.
Well,
he cooked up some Coke for you.
Oh.
Wait. That's not how that works.
Potato, potato.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh my gosh, look at how late it is indeed.
Good night.
Yeah, even Morgana's like, it's bedtime, let's go.
I like the sad hanger that's just floating above your room.
I just noticed that.
It's just like, hi. You could put a coat here, maybe a scarf.
Why is that there?
Let's do it.
All right, nope, wrong one.
Try again.
Oh God, I nailed it. First try. Saving on Friday the 13th. I'm sure that's not bad at all. Anyways, hey.
And your other save state is 420.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect. All right. that's gonna be it for Persona tonight. 30 hours. Oh god, did it really say 30 hours? Motherfucker.
You're only level 12.
We're 30 hours in. Oh no. Anyways.
If we extrapolate, there's about 100 levels you can max out at. You can max out at 99 and take 30 to get to 12. Yeah, we'll be fine.
No, I hate this. Anyways. Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Real quick, stream update. So we talked about it at the beginning of the stream a little bit. Friday will not be a Zooter. I am so behind on so many things. It is buck wild. If I stream, it'll just be like a just chatting, I'm working on dice, co-working kind of stream thing. If I'm able to stream at all. So Friday, up in the air. Next week, I will stream Nonary on Monday. Lord help me. There will not be Persona on Wednesday next week.
Oh no.
It's because Persona is going to be on Friday next week. James, would you like to tell the people why Persona is going to be on Friday next week?
Persona is going to be on Friday next week because I'm going to be live in person in Austin for Persona Night.
He's going to be right here. It's going to be great. I'm so fucking excited. Yeah, James is going to come hang out for a couple days. We're going to do Persona live in person right here. He'll be here from the start and he'll be right here. I can hit him. It'll be great.
What? What was that last part?
What?